And we're live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Back in the house.
Once again.
It is the effing podcast. I am B-Dub.
I am Branson.
And joining us soon will hopefully be Hassan.
Alpha Dogs.
Right now we have Alpha Ghost until he arrives.
And I think Buddha will be here tonight too. I'm not sure.
I wasn't even expecting Buddha.
It's Saturday night, so
I know, but still. Buddha's been dead silent in the chat for like
he has
3 days.
He has.
I think he posted something, but yeah.
He did post something, but it'd be so much stuff in the chat. But anyway, we appreciate everybody tuning in on this beautiful Saturday night, especially where we're at. It's a beautiful night, and it's not hot. Like, to be the end of May.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
To be the end of May, I was expecting it to be a little bit warmer, but for the rest of the week, the temp's supposed to be under 80.
And that's good for my AC because I'm not trying to pay.
Oh, yeah, that's good, but that just lets me know the summer's going to be, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot this year. So like I said, we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We're still expecting the arrival of In-House as usual. And
indeed,
it's Memorial Weekend, great weekend. Everybody going down to Bike Week, be safe. Everybody who's down at Bike Week, be safe, be cognizant, and just have a good time. I don't know if that sounds like Buddha or not.
Yeah, that's Buddha. Buddha is very loud, so you can hear him screaming outside before he walks in.
Was that?
I'm aware of what Buddha sounds like.
Okay, but anyway, it's Memorial Weekend. We did a show Thursday.
Damn, I done been demoted. Fuck y'all intro.
What?
Fuck y'all intro.
What did we say?
We ain't demote nobody.
Buddha
No, I said I'm expecting Buddha. I'm expecting Buddha. Look, and I'm glad you came in. I want to get a wing tonight. I haven't got a wing in a month. I want to get a wing tonight. That's not your fault. That's not your fault. I want to get a wing tonight.
So
do your intro.
Apparently, Buddha has arrived. I'm sure everybody can hear him, even without a mic.
I've been demoted.
What up,
Buddha
fool?
has been demoted.
I've been demoted.
And we started at 9.
Fool?
We try to be on time.
Buddha.
Hey, man, look. 9 o'clock.
Is the mic on?
As an AAU parent in life, man.
Yeah.
How was your week?
You know,
Hey,
you
this
can
week
use
is-
the other
this-
mic.
Huh?
The other mic
So
is
it's time
fine.
to
It's
hear-
plugged in.
Oh, man, look. You know, what you call is coming.
Who?
Hassan outside.
Okay.
There's 2 microphones.
Anyway.
Yeah, I got one in my hand. I got one in my other hand.
welcome. I'd like to give a belated birthday shout out. I know I gave
My
shout
mama.
out Thursday. Happy belated shout out, birthday to my mama. Happy belated shout out to Todd. Todd get a birthday shout out too. I gotta give Todd her birthday shout out too, and I gotta give my youngest boy his birthday shout
Nephew.
Nephew birthday. My son birthday coming up. He gonna be turning 10. Ooh. My youngest. That sounds good too, because ain't no more coming after that one.
How old is he?
He'll be 10.
10.
Yeah. So ain't no more coming after that one. So
So they say.
nah, I'm good on that. But like I said, it's Memorial Weekend. I don't think we had a lot of topics tonight. So
We got to give a shout out to Eighth and Fancy
of course.
for all of your adult beverage snacks.
Shout
and
out,
needs.
shout out.
Okay, good thing we don't have the camera right there.
Got to give a shout out to Dang Drinks.
Drinks. Yeah.
Shout out to my guys. Got to give a shout out to
Crimey Dealers.
They reached out. I just didn't have a chance to get up.
Oh, look, we might have to move their shout out up. We might.
Whoever blesses us with branding products gets a shout out first.
Yeah, their shout out's going to get moved up, and a definite shout out to
The local plug.
definitely.
Please eat responsibly.
Definitely. They're gonna have to move their shout out up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we're gonna
saying?
Move everybody's shout out up who gives us free shit. So
Up the gangs in the building besides Kelly Joe. What up? Memorial Weekend, like I said. Hope everybody's out there being safe.
ain't shit popping this Memorial.
I mean, you know, the usual popping for Memorial Weekend. Like I said, I came with some topics.
What up?
My own. What up? Alpha Dog.
Alpha Dog, Hassan in the house.
And actually, one of you want to go ahead and jump into the Remy, and I'll just save it for later. Okay, boom.
Yeah. Okay.
I got some topics.
Yeah. We all got topics, but we know what the main topic is this week. Of course, Remy and Pap, Black Love, gonna ride.
Chicken head Remy.
Chicken head Remy. There's been just so much reveal.
I'm not gonna. It's both of them.
No, it's
not.
Nah, it's her. She the one
Pap-
started this
Pap
shit.
ain't have to say nothing.
What you mean? We was clowning him last year for not saying nothing.
And keep Pap ain't have to say nothing.
What you
all
mean?
you're doing is
he didn't say nothing. If you really want to be honest,
This whole scenario is all terrible, man.
I get it, but he didn't listen.
No, you can't get it.
Yes, you can.
If you're
because
gonna sit
he
here
has
and
it.
pick sides,
I-
it's just bad altogether.
Of course,
It's bad
but
all around.
She set the tone on this bullshit.
And he ain't have to match the
What
tone.
you mean?
Exactly what I said.
No, we did talk about it that he
I
had
said
to.
exactly. He did not have
No,
to
he had
match.
to,
He
man.
did not.
No, he don't, and that's the problem.
Now he's coming across
you brought
sassy,
up,
yo.
You brought up the emotional, how people are getting. Was it that one of your topics you put in the chat? How people are now more emotional and stuff like that.
That was me.
Oh, that's what you put in the chat.
Yeah.
that was an emotional response.
But I mean, again, but she's out here lying on his name, talking about he's
She called him Pawn
she,
Poos.
Paul and Poos. Mind you, let's go back. He didn't say nothing for a whole year. How this whole shit started when he fell asleep.
They keep not saying nothing.
No, how so? When a woman still keep talking shit, she went when she went in his phone. She went in his phone and found out that he pretty much moved on from her ass. She got messy, got on IG, started saying shit. So he had no choice but to clap back.
He did have a choice.
Yes,
he didn't have to say anything. At all. You can let things ride.
No, you can't.
See, and that's the problem.
No, you can't.
That's the problem.
Not
You
when your wife. Let that hang out there. This ain't no girl. No, the hell it ain't. When your wife, first of all,
You just
the wife.
you just look for confrontation.
No, it's not. The point is
his
wife. No, it's not. His wife started this shit. She's out here fucking a lookalike Papoose and shit like that.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? For a whole
with the
year,
black cap.
he kept it cool. He kept it cool. He ain't say nothing. So he moved on to somebody else.
Okay.
She got in his phone, got on IG like she been doing this whole week, running her mouth about him. So how much can you sit here expect to take when somebody's sitting here lying on you when you lost shit over a motherfucker? This nigga lost money over her. He had $1 million. Remember, he had $1 million deal on the table. But he told you what he did on the live the other night. He got an apartment near the prison where she at. He sees her faithfully to where he knows the other fucking inmates that she's with. Which one of them came to the house that she was fucking with.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Just because he said it doesn't mean it's true. I'm sure both of them are embellishing.
You're right, but the point is, if you're looking on the net, if you're looking at what's being said on the net, bitches riding with fucking Remy and shit talking about, I believe her. I'm like, how the fuck you can believe her when this nigga was broke? He held her down. She didn't have, I sat there and posed. I said, name me outside of conceited and shit, which he done sat there and said he written the shit. He even gave you like, listen, if you look up certain line in the rhymes and backdrop and you sit here and you do the research, it's gonna pull up his shit. So he's giving you the tea on what it is. He wrote for her. She didn't even pay the nigga. He held the contracts down for her, everything. I sat here and asked the question before she went in, what hot song she had out. I'll wait.
It was Conceited.
Conceited came after when she got out.
Yeah. That is
She was the only reason why you knew of Remy because she was linked to Terror Squad. And during the 90s.
Wasn't Lean Back? Was that after she got out?
After she got out.
Lean Back was after? I thought it was before.
Lean Back was after. She went in. Some
like gotta
early,
be before she went in. She had some music out before she went in.
If you look at when she went in early 2000s. She did like about.
That was 2004.
Thank
Lean
you.
Back.
And she was already
She
in.
was locked up in 08.
So the Lean Back came out first.
That's not even her song though. That's Fat Joe.
Joe's song.
Nevertheless, that's what had her name popping.
Again, it's not her song. She's
Nevertheless, if it's her song or not, I can name plenty of people whose it's not their song, but they're on it, and that gave her
okay, so
her
I'm
name.
gonna ask you this: name before conceding on name any of Remy's songs. I'll wait.
There aren't any.
Thank you. Thank you.
But then I could be as easy as, well, name me a Papoose song.
Papoose.
Alphabetical Slaughter, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the Papoose song.
We just
before we get to discrediting, I'm not saying that Pap ain't help her write.
Pap did.
I'm saying it might have been a partnership when they wrote it, possibly. I'm not going to sit here and be like, Pap wrote the whole thing.
It's not a partnership if she didn't credit him.
She ain't credit him.
Oh, well, then she wrote it.
She ain't wrote shit.
He wrote it for
her.
He said he wrote 90% of her rhymes. And I
believe it because, like I said, she hasn't dropped shit since then.
I even got the clip.
I like I said, they probably wrote it together.
No,
I don't believe he wrote all her stuff.
Remy is not, listen, if you a hip hop fan like you claim you are, you know for a fact she ain't write that shit. She ain't had no album before. She had
Pap ain't had an album.
I'm not listening to what
you keep.
But you keep saying that she was hot, and I'm like, no, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
And what was she hot in?
Lean Back. You just
said
said
that's not
Lean
her
Back.
song.
But it doesn't need to be your song.
It does.
Do I tell you how many people are hot and it's not even
How can you be hot and you on somebody else's shit?
Let me ask you
You
a
had a
question.
verse.
Stop. Remember Band from TV?
Yeah, Nori
song. Nature wasn't hot.
Nature had an album too. And he has he had an album, more than one.
What I'm saying is he wasn't hot off that verse. He wasn't hot off that verse. That's what you're telling me.
Okay, so I'll give you that, but even though you're gonna stretch it, but he got hot ass verses or other shit. He got an album, multiple albums, and one of them is a classic. One of his albums, I like it.
What Nature album is a classic?
It's not a classic. It's a couple of good songs up there.
What Nature album is a classic?
The one he came out in,
and I like Nature, but what album he had was a classic?
For all seasons.
That joint he came out in '98.
For all seasons, it's not a classic.
He got more than 3 songs up there that I like.
That don't make it.
It's a couple of songs.
If you got, all right, I ain't even gonna get into
back
that.
To
Nature got more than one song that you could say he wrote.
Nature got
shit.
a lot of verses.
He got verses.
Oh, he got a couple. He got multiple albums out
one
too.
Nature
Remy
song.
don't what?
Name me a Nature song.
Name me a Remy song outside of Conceited. That's all you can name.
But she has
Thank you.
that song.
So you're telling
that's
me,
a popular
but
song,
you're telling
you can't
me
name me a Nature song
because I haven't listened to his shit in a while.
That shouldn't matter.
It does matter.
This is a song from the O's.
If you tell, I listen.
My kids would say it's almost from the 19s.
Now we can look it up now, and we could pull up some hot ass shit. And just like I said, can we pull up some hot ass shit from Remy? No, we can't.
I mean, she had the Nicki disjoint. She had Conceited. I mean,
that shit was weak.
We're trying to take away from Remy, but
I'm taking away. As a couple, you taking away from Pat.
I'm not taking anything.
Yes,
away
you are
Pat.
because you started off by saying he was riding her coattail, and I was like, bullshit. No, he wasn't.
But
when she went in, she ain't had no fucking bread. No, she was not.
How we
making
know
no
what
money.
she?
I refuse to believe that Terror Squad was not holding her down.
I just
refuse to believe that.
Okay.
Word to Fat Joe. Word to Big Pun.
Okay, but she hasn't have no album since she been with Terror Squad. None.
But neither
she just
has
been
Pat.
on Versus. You ain't getting that much money on Versus. And back in the day, how they got money was doing shows outside of record deals.
But nevertheless, they had a partnership. It went sour. And I think they both look bad.
This all sounds silly.
They both look bad.
Pap sounds zesty, he sounds sassy because now you're going back and forth with your wife, man. Like
why sounding sassy?
This is information. Let
her,
mind you.
Thank you. Some stuff doesn't need to come out. Let her be heard. But now you talk. Now he's out here. Now you're going to say you wrote it. Now you want to say you wrote it.
This is where a talk about attack on masculinity. If a woman sitting here, yes, it is because a man sit right here and defend himself, he's zesty or he's
nobody said that.
You just said it.
No, he's not defending himself.
Why
he's airing out their laundry.
When she's sitting here accusing this man doing some wild out shit, discrediting him like he ain't never did nothing for her.
They're airing out each other's laundry. This is all in-house. That's what I'm trying to get
shit multiple times before he said something.
And
bro, that's what and this is the reason why you got a lot of women that's out of pocket, because niggas act like they can't scared to put their ass in check. Nigga, if you out of line by being disrespectful, it's only right to get return fire. Not just, oh, I'm gonna just let that shit ride by and the nigga still keep hitting you. How many times you gonna let a nigga keep hitting you before you say something?
It's not a nigga. That's supposed to be my wife.
She's a nigga when she's sitting here fucking with another lame ass nigga.
If that's what gets her off talking about me, if that's what makes her feel even more womanly, have at it, bro. Have at it,
man.
I'm about to go back and forth. Like
you can't kill my character. You are, because you can see if you seeing niggas online taking sides with her when he hasn't said anything.
And if he hasn't said nothing, then what?
And I just sat right here and said this before too. When it comes to doing business out there, like, nigga, motherfuckers is not gonna respect you to a certain degree if you sit here letting your wife air you out in the public. So when it comes time for you doing business deals, niggas use any little leverage, whether it's true or not, to use against you because you didn't say nothing. We was just sitting back. We were just sitting here just this time last year talking about like how he not saying nothing, how she out around here parading this nigga like he ain't shit.
Everything doesn't warrant a response, though.
Ain't none of y'all gonna sit here and gonna say y'all gonna be quiet. And if your wife out here,
you know how many
your
times
wife out
I
here,
said everything doesn't warrant a response. That's all I said.
Again, he did not. See, this is why I'm saying y'all get lost in the sauce. He did not start saying shit.
No, I'm not even making the sauce.
Because he didn't say nothing until she got even more messy, and that's when she went to his phone and she started airing out the shit between him and Claressa.
My point exactly. So now you're in the sauce. Like,
if you're happy,
if you're gonna keep digging, like I always say, you know, I give my wife my phone, nigga. If you find something in there that makes you, you know, flip the script, now you want to air out and there, you know what I mean? Like,
because because on top of
but
that,
I'm not about to.
If you don't
go back and forth with that,
if Remy just keep going on and on, but there's nobody to argue with, nobody to give you that energy, and you just keep going on, then we start looking at Remy like, she just mad and bitter.
No, you don't. Because like I said, ain't nobody was looking at her no type of way when she was parading this nigga around last year before he started fucking with Claressa. Nobody was looking at her sideways. Everybody was looking at him sideways.
The whole battle league was looking at her side. Her own battle league was looking at her sideways. Yes, they were.
No, they were not looking at her sideways.
So why were they making Remy bars then? If they weren't looking at her sideways, why were they dropping Remy bars if they weren't looking at her sideways?
Nobody wasn't taking side. Nobody was holding her accountable when she was out here cheating on his man at all.
Now, that's all them battle rappers were dropping.
Okay, but that was. We not the battle rappers, the same battle rappers that she paid. Like, come on, she pays.
Yeah, she told them to stop bringing that shit up,
and they did. They had her. That's what's making her money. Which he helped her. He helped her bring the idea to do the battle rap shit.
I think they still love each other.
No, they don't. That shit over with. That shit was over with when the nigga was fucking with the other nigga for over a year. Yeah. Like I said, Claressa, he was talking. He kept the shit on the low. He didn't say nothing. Then when she got messy again and started saying shit, yeah, he had to say something. I just can't fathom if you with somebody. You hold on. It's easy to talk about it now because you ain't locked in with somebody. But I'm almost
You don't think I've been locked in with people
I didn't
before?
Say no. That's not what I'm saying. See, you're not listening.
But
what
you
I'm
said
saying,
because
you're
I'm
not listening.
Okay,
what
ahead,
I'm saying
sorry.
is, as of now, you're not locked in with nobody. So it's easy to be like, oh yeah, just let that shit ride. Don't say nothing. You let her say what the fuck she say. If you with somebody and whether you know and close people know that's not around you knows that when she's your woman, if you, I'm hypothetically speaking, talking shit about you, it's not them we talking about. It's everybody else who's listening to the shit and adding fuel to the fire.
Can I ask you a question now?
Sure.
You don't think I've been talked about before?
Say what?
You don't think I've been talked about before? You don't think that some chicks
all of
have
us has
my
been
name
talked
through
about,
the mud?
but the fact of the matter, have you been
No,
married?
I didn't respond. I don't have to respond. I don't have to give you that energy. You're upset and you'll be all right after a while.
But the thing about it is she has a bigger name. So if the lady that you're dealing with has a name, has in other words, she has a following. She's up there talking cash shit about you. Nigga, you is not going to sit. For so long, you're going to say something. You're going to do something.
You're going to say something.
I'm going to say something.
I'm not going to say nothing.
I'm going to say something because, number one, if we really break this shit down, right, you can't beat me on any other level. So this shit right here that you're doing is some kitty ass shit. And the fact that you got niggas that's believing this shit or egging the shit on and it's keeping you going on, like I said, it does spill over into your business affairs. When you got your wife out here talking shit, that fucks with your money. Whether you see it or not, it does. And you have to say something back. Like I said, it's different when it's different when you are a normal, regular person. But when you are like them, that shit only could go but so far. It's going to affect you one way or another.
What is like them?
What you mean?
Because aren't they just a man and a woman?
No. The fact of the matter is they are well-known people. And the fact of the matter is well-known people, names are attached to certain brands. So if your wife out here talking bullshit, whether it's true or not, that can fuck with your money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now shout out to the chat. We have Sweetheart saying Remy Ma didn't start this mess. Claressa did an interview with Keke Palmer. Keke asked Claressa, when are you going to beat up Remy Ma? Both laughed and joked about it. Now Remy responds and everyone's mad.
Nope, see, you missing the point where he's saying Remy didn't,
Claressa kind of was egging it on.
No. What I'm saying, let's go back.
Yeah, let the women go back and forth.
Right, but
Can't without mentioning Pap.
Yeah, but you can't. No, she's talking
Pap
about.
Don't have to say nothing. Claressa and Remy can go back.
But it
and
ain't got
forth.
nothing to do with Claressa. Claressa just so happened said something then because the interviewer was egging on the shit and she just went along with it.
Remy don't want to see that nigga happy.
Right. She's a miserable ass chick and she out here saying all hella shit. Feel what I'm saying? Showing paperwork that he pawned and shit. If he did, he helped you wrote the fucking song. Them hits you did. That's his money that you ain't never paid him.
I don't know what he wrote or what he did. He said he did.
Said
I don't
90%.
know.
He said 90%.
Everybody sounds scorned now. Like, why would you wait till now to say this?
That's his wife.
This is my thing is, how long you gonna let somebody that you trusted air you out? Whether it's true or not, you're not gonna say nothing. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, write rhymes for my wife.
And this is what I go to all the time. First of all, you married a chick
in prison.
Mm-hmm.
For a violent crime.
How many times have you ever, in the history of niggerdom, heard of a man marrying a chick in prison?
Never.
And holding her down?
Never.
Anybody want to answer?
I mean, I don't have no numbers on that.
Anybody want to answer?
I've never
can't
done
answer
it.
that because I can't answer that.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard
of it.
So
but he did
I'm
though.
saying it might be 90% then because we never heard of it.
We never heard of it, but he did it though.
So, you already kind of putting yourself in a red flag situation in the first place.
He did.
That's the hardest part is trying to feel sorry for Papoose because I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
there
so
were red flags shaking from all around.
Outside of that, go ahead. Let's finish what you're saying.
No, that was my point.
Outside of that, I mean, sure, you can say, yeah, he fucked up by dealing with her ass while she was in prison. All right, you can do that. But like I said, I said you can do that. But the thing of what I'm saying is, he took a chance. It backfired on him. So we here now. Why is there this shit is going on? Because she keep going on IG, she going on live talking shit about him. She's been doing this shit the whole entire time, and she the one that's been cheating from day one. How are you gonna be a cheater and
with
you
men
get
and women?
And how you gonna cheat? Exactly. He told you she was fucking the bitch that she was locked up with in the fucking crib, in the house, while his daughter in the fucking bed.
Yeah.
So come on, she's being disrespectful. That right there, that's an ass whooping right there. You fucking a bitch while my daughter in the bed with you?
Yeah.
What we doing?
What we doing? Whoop her ass, but he don't put hands on females.
She got that ass tapped that night.
Yeah.
No, we don't condone ass tapping.
You don't sit there and have sex while my daughter in the fucking bed. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
See, this is where we lost the decorum at, where the check and balance system at. There's certain things you just don't do. And if you do, there are consequences for that shit.
My real question is, why doesn't Pap have a woman on call for situations like this? You always, as a man, need to have, like, maybe a lesbian homegirl on call that you can just sick on bitches. So
or you got cousins. I know I got cousins. I got cousins right now I call and
but
they'll
all
bust
my
the
family
chick
in
down.
Charlotte.
So
and they got degrees and children, so they don't want to.
Yeah, but he probably don't want to put nobody in the middle of that shit. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So again, he seems like, he's what these women say. He's a good man. I'll just sit here saying, just last year, 2 years ago, y'all giving this man props because of black love. She tried to stay with it because it was a money attached to that shit.
It made more money
together. But after a while, she wanted to break off from the nigga because she wanted to do her own thing. Instead of her saying, look, Pat, I'm done with this shit. I want to fuck with other people, blah, blah, blah. We need to end it.
I'm going to point one thing out, and I don't know what you want to take from it or not, but Remy went to G-Eazy, the block captain. Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Timu, the block captain.
Which is, I think, a step down.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
And Papoose went to Claressa Shields.
And stepped up.
The best fighter, female fighter.
On the planet.
Possibly on the planet.
They know possibly she is.
I'm just saying. Take from that what you want.
He came
Pap
up.
Upgraded.
Pap upgraded.
Take from that what
and
you
then,
want.
like I said, it was. You
see what I'm getting at?
I mean, I get it, but when you got
want.
bitter ass women online, they ain't looking at that shit.
No, they're not.
They're
just siding with Remy.
They sided with Remy because of what the fuck she
they've been to jail too.
Exactly. Or they just some sorry ass niggas. The fact that Remy looked at Pap as a cash cow.
What?
Yes, she did. Cause I just said when she went in, she ain't had no paper like that. This nigga had $1 million deal on the table.
With K-Slay. I forgot who the label was.
Hell yeah, exactly. He lost that deal because he chasing behind her ass.
I say, and I maintain this. I don't know at any point when Pap name was hotter than Remy's. I don't know when that is.
Okay.
Y'all keep telling me.
2000.
Early 2000. He was the hottest battle.
When the Alphabetical Slaughter and the Smack DVDs in that era, the DVD magazine era.
Alphabetical Slaughter is what put Papoose on the map.
Like Pap had a buzz.
But that's why I'm always like, I haven't really heard anything from, because he was always attached to K-Slay. Million verses. He has 1 million verses.
1 million.
Yeah.
And won.
Right. He told you why. He told you why that shit went down. When he was stuck up
it to his wife.
When he was stuck up her motherfucking ass, he lost his way and lost his shit.
See, that's why I can't date women that rap.
But not even that.
They
like,
don't want my beats. Free.
Maybe I'm just lost because if you're, I understand the whole thing started in the beginning. You should have never married a woman in prison. Just that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get everything that you got coming because that was just a red flag in itself. Like they say, the big red flag that was as big as it comes.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you see her go sleep in the room with her former cellmate.
Yeah.
And didn't want to come back in the room and did it multiple times. Nigga, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, bitch, what you doing here? What we doing? In my motherfucking house on top of that? Mm-hmm. Multiple times.
And it was somebody she was locked with. So
Locked
they were
up
re-sparking an old flame.
Right, exactly. She bringing the prison love home into the house.
Who was the top or who was
Which
the bottom?
I blame him because I'm like, nigga, how you even let her do that shit? Yeah. How'd you even let her sleep in the same bed with her? I don't give a fuck what asinine excuse that she came up with. Number one, bitch, get your ass out of my motherfucking house. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no sleeping over. Who does that?
Yeah, that's pretty trifling. I would expect a woman from prison to be the type of person that would sleep with somebody while their daughter was in the bed. That's why you got to have standards when you're out here in the dating world, fellas. You got to learn. You got to learn from Papoose. If she's been to jail, don't touch that tail.
I won't say if she's been to jail, but if she's getting ready to go do a stint.
America don't like locking up women, so I already know.
If she getting ready to go do, what did she do, 4 to 8?
She did, yeah. I think it was
5-6 years.
Yeah.
If she get ready to go do a stint, I think you need to call it off.
Yeah,
we'll get together when you get out, or but when you're getting ready to go do a stint, me personally, as much as I support you, I'm definitely going to be out here in these streets.
Yeah. I'll put something on her books.
No, definitely. But I'm in these streets.
$2. That's enough to get some little
like
Debbie.
I said again, it hits different when this is your wife. You feel what I'm saying? This ain't your girlfriend. This ain't even nobody you just fucking. This your wife that you actually got a kid with, that you married in prison, that you lost millions of dollars behind.
So at the end of the day, it's Pat's fault. You shouldn't have married the chick in the first place.
I don't know what to tell somebody, when they marry a woman in prison. I'm sure he had some homies that was like, don't do it.
Right.
Please don't do it. Like, that don't even make sense.
Yeah, but they were all like us on Travis Hunter. He was just not going to listen. He was
not going to listen. He's going to find out the hard way.
Yeah, and Travis Hunter's probably right now in Tennessee making the biggest mistake of his life, but,
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations in advance, Travis Hunter. Hopefully you don't rate 90% of your girls' bars, Travis. Hope she don't rap. And she just like to appear in videos.
To kind of close it, I guess. Hopefully they just stop it. Quit putting your business out.
No.
Out.
It's not going to stop because Remy gets way too much attention off it. Papoose wanted to keep this shit under lock. Remy knows
that if she put it out there, she's getting the buzz. She's getting the buzz being negative. Remember, he ain't.
She don't write her bars, so she's going to need help keeping her name in the mainstream.
That's why
who wrote Lean Back then? That's what
she wrote Lean Back.
So if she wrote Lean Back, you're not getting ready to sit here and tell me that this girl ain't write 90% of her stuff. Now maybe 50.
He said 90% since he met her. He said ever since he met Remy Ma, I believe 90% of the lyrics she spit was from his pen.
I believe it. Because again, since then, she hasn't dropped shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Shit, he hasn't dropped shit.
He don't need to.
He write for other. He ghost write for other people.
What is Pap? Pap is a rapper.
He ghost write for other people. He tells you that. He ghost writes for other people, and then whenever he decide he want to drop a song or whatever, he does.
Put some respect on this nigga name, Mr. Shields.
Yes, Mr. Shields. Yeah, and a lot of people are faulting Remy Claressa Shields.
You ain't shit.
Saying
I caught that one. Like I said, Remy.
Okay.
G-Eazy the Block Hat.
Put some respect
Mr.
on this man's name.
Claressa Shields.
You see what you're doing?
Holla at your boy.
See?
What am I doing?
You see what you're doing? Yeah, I heard you said Mr. Shields.
I shot the shot way earlier.
You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to degrade Pat.
Yeah, man, come on, don't do that, bro.
I'm not degrading Pat. I just think they're both showing their female tendencies. And I hate
female tendency to defend yourself.
That's I see it.
I think that's where we need to draw the line at. When a man defends himself, when he claps back, it has to be a female tendency.
She ain't clapping at him physically. These are words.
So what? He clapping back with words. Where is it a problem to where you can't defend yourself? This ain't fucking Jesus where he strike you on the cheek and you walk away. Niggas get busted up for stepping on motherfucking shoes.
I'm sorry, I just don't have the energy to be going back and forth with women.
Okay, that's you. But you know what?
That's a lot of men.
That's a scenario that you can't even talk about. But I'm sure
I can't talk about.
No, you can't because
he married.
How the fuck you gonna tell me who did with a woman every day what I can and can't talk about? And what I would and would not do.
First of all, if you listen to what I'm saying, you're not in that realm, so you can't even talk about that.
I can. They're married. No matter what state they got married and how they got married.
Is your marriage hasn't spilled out on social media. So you're not in that realm.
It is on social media.
What?
My marriage is on social media.
You are not talking about your marriage like how they are.
I don't need to.
So thank you. You're not in that realm. Y'all
she doesn't even want to.
You can't speak on something that you're not even in that
because
realm.
We know we don't need to air out anything we got going on, no matter who is doing what. We can handle this shit in the house.
Even if you're at odds.
Even if I'm pissed the fuck off.
So again, we have one person that was doing that and the other person wasn't. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He was doing this shit for over a year. He kept his fucking mouth closed. When she got her...
And that's why he's up right now.
Up on Instagram again, airing out his shit.
Why is he up? Because he shut his damn
because
mouth
he's not
and
going
keep pushing. Just keep pushing.
Oh,
pushing.
she's doing what women do, and all right, bet.
That's why he up.
And he's gonna look over. He's gonna look over his girl. He's gonna look over at Claressa like.
I just have a
because
we
problem.
up.
You know what he gives?
I have a
what the chicks call it? He gives the unbothered. He was giving unbothered. Like,
completely.
Whatever she's saying, that shit don't bother me.
The fuck?
Okay, so when
was given
so when
unbothered.
you're attacking his integrity as a father, as a man, don't say nothing. Just keep quiet.
That's a hurt
Keep your
one.
head
That's just
down.
a woman scoring.
So fucking what? How the fuck can you be scoring
You said
over
so fucking
how
what?
can you be scoring
That's
over
the fuck
how
what?
can you be scoring over something that you created? That's what I want to understand.
You don't think
I
that
thought a woman was scoring
Hold
when
on,
a man does something.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding something, because I teach my kids all the time that just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's true.
Okay,
Like
and
people who are hurt people try and hurt people.
You are a human being too. And
Yeah.
sometimes if a motherfucker
Sometimes
if the motherfucker lie good enough, that shit gonna sting, whether it's true or not. And
It's a
you
lie,
as
though.
a human being gonna do something.
No, you're
I'm
not. No,
I'm
you're
not.
not. Only those who are willing to give that energy. You're going to do something because you're going to give that energy out.
First of all, I'm real about what the fuck I do.
No,
y'all niggas not, because what y'all doing is you sit here trying to stunt. What I'm saying is, if a bitch has,
I got a stunt for.
Like I
I'm in
said,
my fucking 40s, nigga.
What the fuck that mean? What I'm saying, that's not what I'm saying. Is
talking to my mom about that earlier.
Come on, man, y'all talking some fairy tale shit. If a motherfucker,
if
if a
we're
motherfucker
sitting here
you
telling
fucking
you-
with, if a motherfucker you fucking with hard like that, you down with her, and this bitch go left. And she's saying some shit. And even though it may not be true, even though you got a few people in your corner that knows it's not true, but the masses believe that shit.
Who gives a
Nigga,
fuck
you gonna
about the
say
masses?
something.
See,
Shout
that's
out
the
to Rock
difference.
Hill
You gonna
for-
say
shout out-
something.
Yo,
shout out to
we got
Rock
some
Hill.
strong parents,
Shout out to
obviously.
Rock Hill for
Because
just
what this
giving me
nigga's over
this
here
thick
spewing, I
skin.
just
Nigga,
can't
I
rock
know you
with.
ain't talking.
I
This the
can't.
same thing you clapping motherfuckers in the streets early. You trying
Who?
to tell what this man here? He talk about what the fuck how he got down in a younger age. So
Yes. Yes.
Right. So what I'm saying
I'll
is,
kick your door in. I'll do all that
so
shit.
if a nigga do some shit like
But
that,
it's not
you
over
mean
no
tell me
woman.
You ain't gonna say something
It's
if a
never
motherfucker
over a
lying on
woman.
your
It's
name.
never been over a woman. Never been over a female.
Let me tell you something.
I was out there in the streets because wasn't
I'm
nothing
gonna
else
tell
to
you
do in the
something
night.
right now. I will keep it on. I'll keep it quiet for as long as I can. If the motherfucker get too fucking reckless, I have to do what I gotta do. Fuck what
This my
everybody
thing,
else
and
thinks.
this how I take it.
The point is there are consequences for doing shit. I don't give a fuck whether it's your wife, whether it's your child, whether it's your parents. If a motherfucker cross your ass and if you don't know how to make sure those boundaries are in place, it will affect you outside of your personal life.
You should. You
And your
should
management
have,
classes.
You should have some boundaries. Because my parents have pissed me off 1,001 times, especially when I was growing up.
Obviously, this.
Did I ever do the white boy shit and awful? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Obviously, this chick.
I'm not going to slide on my people, like on my parents because they said something wrong to me. Like, no.
That's how we developed the
Like,
being
that's trauma.
talked to. My dad used to.
That it was in the military. I've heard all this shit. Man, I done heard so many niggas lie in my lifetime, nigga. If I was to get upset over every lie that somebody said about me, I wouldn't be here no more.
It's different.
I'd have a whole face and head full of gray hair if I fed in the majority
that
of
you
it.
hang with versus your wife. That's all I'm saying. Okay. It hits different.
Nigga,
And I
your
don't
wife
care
is
what
supposed to be
nobody
even
say.
closer than your nigga, and your nigga's supposed to be just as close, if not closer, than your wife. I got niggas I knew before I knew my wife.
First of all, your wife out here already showing the world, fuck you. She disrespecting you by dating a man publicly. You ain't saying shit. So here you are, you moving along quietly, you moving along with your life, you dealing with somebody. Then she gets mad, go through your phone, air out most shit. You feel what I'm saying? And keeping it hot. So then here we are. We're moving along. Who start this shit again? She does.
Okay, unbothered. I'm unbothered.
I'm unbothered. Exactly. I'm just moving through life, making my moves, and
I done came up, so
and I'm with my new woman. So of course, my old woman is pissed.
She's showing a video.
38 hot.
She's showing a video of bags that she bought. Talking about, I got your clothes. I got your clothes here packed.
Cool.
You sitting out here.
I don't even need those clothes no more.
Telling motherfuckers, I'm holding your clothes and stuff hostage.
Going from my old videos.
Here. I got your bag of clothes here. She's lying.
If I'm Pap, I done upgraded. I'm not saying nothing.
He got the before K Slay selection and the after K Slay selection.
All you do is you want the attention. And
that's
now
all it is. And
I'm
that's
giving
why
the
you feeding
attention
it.
that you
Like,
asked
just
for.
keep
Instead of
keep
just keeping
pushing,
it
keep
moving, 'cause
moving.
I done upgraded. I done came up. I'm with the best female fighter in the world. I done upgraded. Why am I going to give you this attention? Because you mad.
Because you mad.
Showing paperwork.
Now I'm supposed to
She's showing paperwork.
go back
She's
down.
showing paperwork. You
belittle the woman I used to be with.
She's
mother of my children.
She's telling motherfuckers you done maxed out the Amex card that she had to pay off of. She's showing some type of paper trail and bitches online. Yup, I believe her.
Cool.
I believe
Well,
her.
good. Those are Remy fans. Knock yourself out.
Cool.
I'm still unbothered with the greatest woman fighter of all time.
The fuck?
Of all time.
She is.
What? Remy gonna run up on her?
Well, no.
Like, so that's what I'm saying.
With
like,
the blicky, if anything.
She ain't gonna say nothing to Claressa. Claressa
And I don't think
say
she can
none of
legally
that.
have firearms
I'm not
anymore.
gonna say no. We're not even gonna pay her no attention. Just let her go off. She say whatever she want. Because I done came into some more money. More than that little bit of money she was talking
Yeah, I
about.
feel what you're saying.
Yeah. So this is a very, very bad marriage.
Sad
Yeah.
scenario.
Well, I
And,
ain't gonna say it's sad.
and they were playing in our face with black love.
No, they weren't.
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
were.
He was doing his part. Oh my God! What the
I don't
fuck
know
is
what
this
they were
shit?
doing. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to stop putting these celebrity relationships.
I don't know
on
what his
pedestals.
part
Yeah, y'all
was.
trying
I
to-
just
y'all
know that
trying
they
to
were playing
align
in our face
yourself
with
with
black love.
celebrities.
They
Come on,
both were
man.
in on it. They both were in on it. So no, they both did it. They both were playing in our faces with black love.
Nah.
Not what?
No, I don't think both of them were. I think Remy was doing her thing, and I think that was the breakdown of the relationship. From what I hear, I can't really sit here and say Pap did.
They say Pat
anything.
was knocking his baby mom down while Remy was up.
Pap denied it.
Does that mean he wasn't doing it because he said no? Niggas
would he
lie
lie
all the
about
time.
that?
So why would you believe somebody that's obviously lying, but somebody that's telling the truth? Oh, it's
Because
suspect.
my wife was up in jail for however
She's
many
a
years
criminal.
she was. I'm
She's
celibate
a
the whole
felon.
time, or I'm knocking somebody off.
Why can't he be? Why can't a man be celibate? So why can't he be that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
can't he be celibate?
If the nigga went
4
off,
years of
hold on,
celibacy.
whoa.
4 years of celibacy.
Hey, I heard of niggas like AC Green. I heard of niggas like AC Green before.
So
I left it there.
So he moves right near the prison. He goes visit her, be there practically all damn day.
She told him not to come. She kept telling him you
I
don't have to
left
be
it
here
there.
every day.
If
And
you're
he
telling
comes
me
every
he was
day.
celibate for 4 years, I don't know if they were
So if
doing
he's doing
conjugals
that,
or nothing. About
if he's doing all of that, he moved near the prison, go to all the visits, all the time to which this chick is telling him don't come because she want other motherfuckers to come see it. Can't come see her because he's there all the time. He done told you he comes so much. He knew the bitch that she was sleeping with. He knew some of the prisoners that she was cool with. So if he's doing all this, the nigga lost $1 million. Like, come on, bro. Ain't no pussy worth losing. Ain't no relationship worth $1 million. Sorry. So if a nigga willing to lose that, I can believe the nigga ain't getting no pussy.
for 4 years.
Yeah. You lost $1 million. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, you know. No, you know. It sounds right. He was celibate for 4 years. The whole time she was up, he was celibate.
I
We'll
mean,
go with that.
celibacy ain't hard. Yeah. It's not. It's only hard for niggas who can't get pussy.
Right.
Yeah. Because now you got to prove something. But
He don't have to prove anything.
well, I'm just saying the nigga in general who's
Like I said, if a nigga lose $1 million over a motherfucker that's in prison, I can believe the nigga didn't get no pussy for 4 years. I can believe that.
That's very possible.
That's very possible.
He's used to taking
Ain't
L's.
no same motherfucker gonna lose $1 million over a motherfucker. I'll wait.
Yeah, you know how many pocket pussies you can buy with $1 million? Oh,
Don't ask Diddy.
He had all the cyber
Look,
sex
there you
dolls.
go, man.
These niggas must think I'm
Go ahead, man.
fucking fool.
Leave Diddy out of this.
These niggas think I must
He
be
just had to
the
get one
fucking
in.
fool.
What? You don't
There's so
think-
much shit going on with New York niggas right now, yo. New York is on fire right
You're
now.
right. New York is on fire.
New York is on fire.
Niggas hot shit. Goddamn Diddy on trial. Goddamn Papoose and Remy. Yeah.
Wait, so I'm just saying it's possible
ASAP got off.
that he was.
He married a woman in prison. Okay, he's on his Kevin Garnett.
Shit, that's when I
is
could. That's when I could really get the most
That's
pussy.
all I'm just saying. Just look at some abnormal shit that average niggas ain't gonna do. If you can't believe that he went 4 years without getting no pussy, just look at what he did. Who moves near the prison? Who be there all the damn time? The girl, his wife confirmed it. She didn't want the nigga there. He's there all the time.
Buddha, do you think this nigga went 4 years without? I mean, like, I don't know who y'all think y'all talking to.
Then why nobody? Why nobody coming out saying shit there?
Did you ask me a question?
I mean, we don't have any proof that says otherwise.
Did you ask me a question?
Shoot, man.
As a married man, if I got to go 4 years.
Four. Not one, not 365 days.
I'd be mad after a week.
Not 365
Nigga, I'd
days.
be upset after
We're
a week.
talking 4 years.
2 weeks, I'd be in my feelings.
He lost $1 million.
If I go 3 weeks, nigga, I'm liable to tear the house up.
Sit down. And he's a young man too. And he
during that time,
I'm sorry,
hot rapper.
I'm sorry. Is this nigga? You talk like this nigga had millions coming out his ass. You talking like
his name, niggas. I was fucking
this nigga
off the
ain't had
name
no
as a rapper.
money, bro. That's why
I used to live
He
this
was with
rap
K.
dream,
Slade.
and I was fucking
didn't
off
sign
of my
with
name.
no, it doesn't matter if you
And
sign with
I
him or
was a
not.
nobody. I was fucking off my nobody name.
who fucks up $1 million over some pussy? I'll wait.
Papoose.
Exactly. So the nigga
Shannon Sharp.
And
So-
I'm about to say Shannon Sharp fucked something.
right. So what I'm saying though,
It's a long list.
It's a list. Hey, pussy is known to fuck up a lot of shit
you
for niggas,
right.
though.
So but
Pussy
he was
is the downfall of
You right.
civilization, nigga.
So now if this pussy,
never seen Troy?
You listen. So this pussy that he hasn't fucked because I don't
fucking
know
everybody in
I don't
Troy,
know
though.
if
Everybody
New
was
York
fucking.
has conjugal visits. If this pussy he hasn't fucked in years, he loses money. Like, let that shit sit in your head right quick. This is some pussy he hasn't even hit. You lost some money. You already $1 million in the hole with me, bitch. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, as long as you believe that he went 4 years without smashing, then that's good. He has somebody
Man,
on his
like
side.
I said,
I'm not-
I don't know
I'm
too
not-
many.
I'm not
I do
testifying
not
that.
know too many people, man or woman,
That go 4 years
who
without
lose-
fucking?
No, that will lose $1 million plus, lose opportunities over for potential love.
Oh. What did I miss? Yeah.
I'm just saying. He said he don't know no man or woman before he finished. I said that's not fucking for 4 years.
And I kept going by saying who gonna lose 6 figures over somebody that they haven't
7.
fucked yet.
7.
7 that they haven't fucked yet.
I'm sure they had already smashed.
No, they did. We're gonna go on the notion that they haven't.
Well, they met in 2004, and K. Slay introduced them both, and that's the first time
they
met.
introduced her because she reached out to K. Slay and asked about it.
Yeah. She was like, K. Slay, who's that lanky Geico looking lizard ass nigga?
Slaughtering
That
these
mark ass
alphabets.
nigga.
Well, yeah, she probably did think he was a mark.
Yeah, she did.
She's like, Papoose, you got to stop coming to jail with me. These girls is getting jealous. You got to go home sometimes. Yeah, they was mad because as long as Papoose is there, they can't eat her out. So, like, I need some me time in prison.
Right, because he told you when he go to the damn visit, he's there all. Well, I guess they got 3 sessions. He's there all fucking day.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't do that. You're right. Even if I dated a girl in jail, I couldn't visit her that.
I couldn't do all that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't moving near the fucking prison.
No.
Fuck no. And I ain't losing no $1 million over your ass neither. Fuck out of here.
I might send her $5 in her canteen.
The fuck out of here. What the fuck I look like losing
That's
some
some
shit
little
like that?
Debbie's.
Like
What is that?
Like
I don't
you
know.
white, like you white that you almost for certain guaranteed you gonna get that shit back. Like,
The last time I put something on somebody's books, it was probably in the early 2000s. Yeah. Now I don't hang with people who can't stay out of prison.
She was messy, and he ended up getting in it. So like I said, it ain't but so much that you, in my opinion, it ain't but so much that you could just stand there and take, especially if it was somebody that you lost shit over. He lost a lot over this bitch. You feel what I'm saying?
Because he jumped into it. That's his fault.
Whatever, however you want to put it. He jumped into it. He married her. Whatever the case may be, he followed through. The point is, he did it. She played his ass. He lost money, and she trying to damn slaughter his name. The nigga like, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna keep talking shit, nigga.
Yes, indeed. So, what is exactly holding up the divorce? I don't know. Remy keeps saying it's Papoose. And Papoose said he already filed.
Because the thing about it is, it's some money involved. That's what it is. It's money involved. And if he coming out saying that he written those hits for her ass, he signed make sure all the contracts was signed, make sure she collected all her bread, all shows that she did, and she ain't cut him no bread. Yeah, it's money involved. This ain't no regular.
So hold on,
shit.
let me ask you a question. You're saying money involved, like alimony money?
That could be it too.
Like, and who's entitled to it?
Well,
who's going to be entitled to the money?
He will be entitled to some money. Because if he put, from what he said is, he put his career on hold.
Mr. Shields get that check.
See, it don't matter. However you want to call it. However you want to call it. Nigga living a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
See, like he came up.
All right, if you
Why am I going to bark back? Bark back for what?
What you mean? If I helped your motherfucking ass?
No, you're not.
I hear what you're saying.
Well, You hear that back there?
It's some money involved. That's why it's no simple just signing paperwork. When you got people who's up the ladder, or you just somebody that got some business about yourself, and y'all got money, bills and shit tied in certain property and certain people's name. It's not just a simple sign this shit. We got to divide this shit up equally.
Very conceited. She has a reason. Okay. Well, y'all have any?
Nah, I'm good. Mr. Shields wins.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to get into another topic because Kai Cenat Streamer University is in session. So for those unfamiliar, it's basically a college-like program Kai Cenat started for streamers to learn how to be better streamers, and it looks like over 120 people are there. And he took it to the University of Akron, where that's where all the people are at. And they showed a clip from a class they have that kind of pissed me off. But basically, I guess it's like an anti-tricking class that was hosted by India Love, where she's telling streamers how to tell women no. And I got the clip.
Hey, I'm going hard. All right. Babe, hey. I'm at the jewelry store right now, and this fucking watch is so fire. Like, I can't leave without not having it.
How much is it?
I think it's like 60 bands. You got it? Can you send it, please? So wire. You can wire from your app. I'll show you how to do it. Need it before I leave out of the jewelry store. I don't want to embarrass myself by just looking. I want to buy this shit right now.
This 60,000?
Yes.
What type of watch is it?
It's an AP.
Okay, look, this is a key point.
Yes, this is a key point. Yes.
This is how you get out of it, brother. I hate APs. I hate APs.
I don't. I like them, and I want it.
But babe, I want you in something that is suitable for us.
Like that we both love.
No. Well, you buy one and I buy one.
What about G-Shop?
260 at 12.
No, let's go shopping together. All you gotta do is push the date back. Yeah. It don't matter. You can agree.
Okay, but how is he gonna get out of me saying I don't want to leave without having his watch?
Okay, and this is the next best thing the fellas use. My send outs is max.
That's a good one. That I've been tricked with before. Like, I can't send it because like I'm maxed out myself.
48 hours. I'm
go to the bank.
Yeah, you're right.
Tell your homie send it. You give him the bread.
But I'm the breadwinner.
It's gonna be there next week.
Damn, next week too far.
And then now is when you switch it on her. Oh, you only with me for my money. You only with me for my money.
I could
type shit.
Oh, nah.
You using me on some shit.
That's crazy. I have my own money. I would think you would want me to have. Cause you my man. You should want me to have everything.
For 2 weeks and you asked me for anything.
Yeah, that's how I'm coming. That's how you supposed to come about me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nah, she low. He got to come back.
You gotta step. No, you gotta step. What you mean? Yeah, thank you. I'm just saying, step.
And that was the clip. And in those 2 minutes, I lost about a couple brain cells. But yeah, that's the clip from.
This new generation different.
That shit weirded me out.
Generation different.
You just tell her no.
You don't know how to tell somebody no.
You need a class for this.
I didn't like the fact that they were teaching these niggas how to lie. That's the part that
they're giving a simp story though.
Right.
Like just tell her no.
You teaching them to be a simp.
I ain't about to spend my money on that right now. No.
That shit was mind-boggling. The fact that
because she a baddie.
Where the fucking dads at in this shit?
That's all I was thinking.
Where the fathers at?
Father's
supposed to be like, hey man, that bitch talking that crazy shit.
It's
fuck
just
her.
confusing.
Leave her
like,
ass alone.
First of all, I just like for young women to have this type of thought process.
Mindset.
For young women to have this type of thought process. That's why Cassie in the position she in now. Yeah. That's exactly why Cassie in the position she in now.
They have this mindset.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say they have this mindset is because it works.
Right.
And
you be mean toward
in the mouth.
You be mean toward. Look, it's gone. It's gone as far now, like on streaming, right? It's if a woman be mean towards a man, calls him out like, "Oh, you broke, you ain't got no money." She chipping at his ego. Oh, bitch, I got money. Boom, boom, boom. He kicks out, which that's reverse psychology,
and it's terrible.
And they be doing this shit on streaming like a
no, it works
on streaming. Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. It goes back what we was talking about, how this generation, younger generation, they don't come in contact with each other and talk. What's your IG? What's your Facebook? You know what I'm saying? It's all about likes and love and shit like that. So it's a false image that they're trying to adapt themselves. So like I said, you got women out here that's being mean. We talked about it. About a scenario, your boy talk about the masculinity gone, and his nephew talked to a girl.
Oh, Terrence
Howard. And she was disrespectful towards his ass and shit. Talking about, and he's like, "Come on, don't worry about it." Where he's talking about masculinity, go basically like you supposed to check that bitch.
Exactly.
Like what we talking about. I was just talking about just now.
Supposed to check.
Yeah, you supposed to check, motherfucker. If a woman,
depends on who the woman is,
right? If she's out of pocket, man, she gets checked. Because if your ass was out of pocket, she'll check your ass.
I don't understand some of the chicks that y'all be messing with.
What do you mean? What you mean? That's it.
I don't understand.
You know who gets checked? Hoes get checked.
I don't understand what kind of women y'all are dealing with.
That's why I be missing this lingo.
I don't understand what type of women
dealing
y'all
with. Very mean
with.
women.
If you have to check,
so y'all dealing with hoes out the gate is what you're saying. Y'all know they hoes, so y'all gonna check them out the gate.
If I gotta check a woman, she's not for me. There's no need to. I don't need anybody that I have to check. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, guess what? Some women gonna test you, see how far they can go.
I ain't gonna lie. I had to get out of a relationship because because I was starting to lose my temper.
Motherfuckers press you just to see how far they can take your ass. Just to see. You have a segment of women out there that if you don't check their ass by saying something to them or physically get to them, you not a man. Yeah. There are a segment out there. And you don't know until you fucking engage with them. It's not like you got a radar and shit. Like,
you ain't never dealt with a mean chick?
He lying.
That I had to
He lying.
Now, maybe when I was younger.
You said now.
I'm saying y'all you got it.
We not saying now. We just talking off experience. That doesn't mean that's going on now.
I wouldn't even give anybody that time of day if I thought that there would come a time when I'd have to check them. I never would even.
Every woman needs to be checked, bro.
So you telling me you ain't never checked
one point or another.
So you telling me as long as you've been dealing with women, you ain't never had to check never had to check a woman. Never.
Somebody I was serious with? No.
Yeah.
No. Never. Because we already had that. But
did you also say? But did you also admit? Okay, wait. Let me ask you a question.
Maybe that's it.
Did you admit not too long ago that you've been involved in a toxic relationship?
When I was younger, yeah.
So if you've been in a toxic relationship, you had to check that motherfucker. You can't be in no toxic relationship if you ain't checking her ass. Unless she was running over your motherfucking ass. Now,
But
which
see,
one is?
When I was younger, I thought like a kid, but now that I've
she
grown
was
up
running,
and become of age and stuff, checking is not in my vocabulary.
So what I'm saying to you, when you was younger in that toxic relationship, that woman was running your ass. That's what you're saying.
No, I've never been raped.
So you checked her, right? You had to check her. There's no way you could be engaged in a toxic relationship without you having to check her ass, whether it's verbally or physically or both.
I've never put hands on.
I've never
We're not saying listen. We're not saying y'all did it. Yeah. But it's shit like that happens. Oh, yeah. I've been involved with the. I've been.
We can tell. You. I'm just saying.
And first of all, just like how you experiencing, you telling your younger days, nigga. I'm doing the same thing. Ain't shit. I'm saying is recently. What I'm saying is what. Nigga, you live in a fucking fantasy land. Shut the fuck up, y'all motherfucker. How you gonna tell me, nigga, you out here kicking doors in, but you ain't check a bitch? Get the fuck out of here.
Cause
I don't want to hear that shit.
Two different ball games.
So you hard as hell in the streets, but when it comes to a bitch, she can run over you. I don't believe that shit.
I don't think those two have anything to do with each other.
Yes, it does. It does. You telling me you have no fear? You kicking in a motherfucking door that can shoot you in your fucking face and shit, but a bitch can come and tell you can run your ass, and you ain't got no energy for that.
That's a different fear.
Nigga, get the fuck out. Y'all
two different concepts.
Y'all niggas is capping right now.
You get hyped.
Yeah, y'all capping. I'm hyped.
Let me ask y'all real quick though.
You can ask me. I'm hyped because you're telling me. This is a nigga. You kicking in a motherfucking door. You don't give a fuck who's behind that door, who got what, whatever the case may be. But when it comes to a woman running her fucking mouth to you, you ain't got no energy for it. You can't say shit. That shit don't make sense. How can you be brave on something that you can damn near die?
I've sat there and had chicks talk to the back of my head all damn night, and I ain't say two fucking words.
I had a passion for kicking doors and doing stupid shit when I was young. Like dumb, just stupid. But as far as intentionally having to piss off a female and going
No, we're not saying you.
I'm just saying in general though, like those are two separate type of energies. Like if I'm going to kick a door down, my adrenaline flowing, everything.
I'm not saying
I'm going to get some buns, it's a different adrenaline flowing though.
Right. So what I'm saying,
but it's a different.
No, so what I'm saying is, listen. Follow me right quick.
DMX and all this shit.
Right.
So
follow me right quick.
What's going on?
What I'm saying is, this is the parallel that I'm sitting here bringing together. On one hand, you're not pretty much scared to lose your life, because what you're doing, you can damn near lose your life. Mm-hmm. Okay. On the other hand, right, you got a nigga that you fuck with. You giving yourself to. Because if you fucking her, you're giving yourself to her. She can make you mad. She can do shit, and she's literally pissing you off just so she can get a rise out you. Because we know back in those days when you're young and shit, the toxic relationship, they do it. Man or woman does it just to see if this person fucks with them. They're like, okay, all right, well, since I'm able to touch his button, okay, I know he fucking with it. You ain't saying shit. You just let her do that. That's all I'm just saying.
You know why? And that's very simple. Like I said, and if you listen to what you said, it should have just registered while you were asking it. She's playing off your emotions. She's playing with your emotions.
But we're young, so
you're just saying a female in general and how she can play and toy with your emotions. But then on the other hand, what you just asked though was, what's the difference? Nigga, a man, those aren't the emotions that a man is about to be toyed with and no, this is, okay, I might get shot, possibly. I might go to jail. Possibly, but I'm gonna come up off this whatever I get. Definitely, if none of those things happen.
Of course,
those aren't playing off of emotions from a woman, because like you said, strings.
Well, look,
she can make you feel and do certain things.
I'm gonna bring y'all back. I'm gonna bring y'all back in. Tell these women no. I'm not sending you no damn money.
Make it easy.
Yeah. I'm not giving you no money.
I like telling women no.
Mind you, I have no problem telling nobody no, because I'm not fronting for nobody. If I got it, First of all, for me to spend something like that on you, I must like your
And
ass.
if she's going to run a guilt trip on you like that, like why you're not financing,
like,
that's even more reason.
I love that shit.
Right.
I love telling women no when it
Hell
comes
no.
to money.
Get the fuck out
I
of
be
here.
breaking their
more
hearts.
reason to tell her no, like you need to do this for me and that. No,
But you have this younger generation that does it. If you never interact with a female, you feel what I'm saying? How can you? How do you know how to? We come up in the era to where we had to engage with the females. We got rejected in our faces. Some of us. You feel what I'm saying? And so we had to come back from it. A lot of these young cats, women, young men, and young women, they have never experienced that. Never,
ever, and that's pathetic, man. You've got niggas scared to tell women no. I want to host a course like that. I want to host a course where I teach niggas to tell women no.
I'm gonna throw one of my topics in.
Go for it.
Just and it's off of one of the posts that you had.
Go for it.
If you had the technology that they had now, back when we were growing up, how much smarter would you be?
I would have never came to North Carolina.
You talking about AI? Yeah.
Like, Chat GPT, like
that's what I'm saying.
Just everything.
Specifically, Chat GPT.
I wouldn't have went to Central. I know that much.
Like,
I'd have been a millionaire.
Like
at age 20.
I look back because I don't know if y'all were like me. I spent a lot of time in the library.
I did too.
I spent like half of my
that's where I learned to make
high
beats.
school life in the library. Had to walk to the library. Buddha remember had to walk to the library to get stuff done. Now everything's just at
in
your
my pocket.
fingertip. Like, it's crazy. And I was just like, if I would have had that type of information back then, it's no telling what possibly could have happened. Then you'd have more time to do other stuff because you have everything at your fingertips, writing paper, stuff like that. Boy, I had a Globe and a damn encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
Like, they go.
I had
they go together.
I had the Britannica set.
Yeah, they go together like 1 and 2.
Yeah, man.
These kids probably wouldn't know what an encyclopedia set look like nowadays.
No, they wouldn't. They'd be like, ew, a book.
They only know. They only had to read half the fucking time.
You know what would really blow their mind? A card catalog.
Yeah.
A card catalog will kill everything. But I was just reading your post earlier. And I was just like, you know what? If we would have had that back when I was growing up, we probably would have been rose scholars.
Now, and I'll be wondering how kids fail. I'm like,
they don't strive for greatness.
You don't put no effort.
They don't strive because the point is the parents. So the parents allow the kids to feed off their success. That's the problem. So it's like if a parent comes out of they was poor or their family was in disarray and they done went to college, they got a career, they got a business, and their kids like, okay, now my kids is here. My kids don't have to struggle. They don't have to go through the things I had to go through. And in the process of doing that, you are teaching your kids to be entitled. Because if you don't, what I call lay some foundational work for themselves, meaning, we might be doing okay. You might live in this house and you don't have to stress or struggle like I had to when I came up. But you must understand how and why we are here the way we are here. That is history. We have a problem not teaching history, especially history within our family, because certain people have traumas that they don't want to revisit or don't want to handle. So because of that, they gloss over it. They protect their kids from simple things such as you go to work. Certain things that you want for, you work for it. I'm not going to buy it. So when that happens, this is where the kids expect shit to happen they expect to get this shit. Most of these kids come in, because you are upper management. They come in, they don't have little to no job skills. I know when I was 18, I had 5 different job skills I had by the time I turned 18. A lot of these kids don't even have one. A lot of them don't even have no job.
A lot of these kids, unfortunately, have been placing out trying to hit it rich, motive thinking, instead of going to go out here and hustle it up. And stuff
but when
like
you dropping an iPad in their lap and they looking at infomercials their whole entire life, well, shit, I can grow up and do that. I could just be and do infomercials just to play with toys to entice other kids to. Oh, mom, I want that. That's what this generation offer. YouTube infomercials. I'll just left for one right now. Got adults talking like kids, playing kids toys, and he's probably like 7 or 8 years old. Watch that shit all day. So if you watching this shit all day from a baby up until you go to school, even when you are in school, you're thinking in your mind, oh, I can get rich by doing this shit. Not knowing what it took to get this, how many times you had to fall flat on your face, that shit fell through. They don't know nothing about it.
Or how many other niggas think that I can get rich off the same thing.
Right, or who probably have done it.
So that was just something when you had posted earlier. I was just like, man, if we had this technology when I was growing up, we would have been.
I know I would have been a better math student. I wouldn't have majored
definitely.
in English. I would have majored in the computer science like I wanted to. But people spooked me and told me there was going to be a lot of math involved. So that made me hesitant. And I would have got my summer back because I wouldn't have been in summer school every year for math. I was in there for algebra 1, algebra 2, and geometry.
Don't take me down that road of math.
I was just in there because I ain't go to school.
Look, you busting my brain. We talking about
Don't take
I
me
never
back
skipped
there.
school.
I
just was stupid.
I got algebra 2. I think I got the algebra 2 and I was done. Like
got
it was
algebra
just
1.
Algebra 2.
That was
I was
it. Cause
done.
I'm sitting here like any other algebra. What the fuck I'm doing with it? I wasn't gonna have a career that the algebra 2 and 3 was gonna be.
I don't know if I just
add,
couldn't get
subtract, multiply, and divide.
I
That's
just
it.
couldn't get it.
No. Here's the real fucked up part. Machine learning and all this AI requires algebra 2. Because I started looking into it, and it's stuff from algebra 2 that I tuned out in 11th grade.
I barely made it out of algebra 2.
Y'all are answering your own questions though. Y'all talking about kids don't have these skills and blah. Niggas, it's a technology driven era, yo.
And that's-
like
But not everybody can be in technology.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Not everybody can be in it, but it's technology driven. And I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and I heard this shit from Chuck D. Everything is based off the internet.
That's what I was trying to explain.
Everything
to your
is
mom
off the internet.
other day.
Everything is from a screen these days. Like once they have a screen in front of them, once they've been introduced to the internet, it's a whole different ball game. You've lost them, yo.
I told your mom the other day. It's like we say don't be in front of the computer all day and stuff like that.
It's bad for your eyes.
But when in actuality, technology is going to keep progressing. You kind of need to be in front of that computer a little bit more.
You do, but you don't.
I see
because
what
if
you're saying.
once you put them there, they're gone. Like that human interaction, that human element that you're talking about
But
that
you
nobody
still have
has.
to keep up with
technology.
Says who? Niggas be on the game all day. You don't even gotta
still
be.
gotta
Look, we
keep
used
up
to go
with
to each other's house.
technology.
I don't even gotta come to your house no more. I'm in my house. You in your house. We on the game for hours.
Ain't got to say hi to your mom, dad, nothing.
I was like, she was like, your daughter's always on the phone. I was like, Mom, just think about it like this. When we were growing up, we couldn't wait to get out the house to go see our friends. Now your friend is right here.
Yeah, you ain't even leaving the house. You stay in the house. So
They
we're
with you
so,
everywhere.
Right. So when we came up, we was willing to leave the house. Now they don't even want to go out the house
Because they ain't got to.
They ain't got to.
Everything is in the palm of their hand.
And that's why I was explaining to Mom, like, Mom, her friend's right here. Like she left her friend, but her friend's still right here. And we're moving even more.
Technology, man.
Even further into technology.
But you gotta balance it out though to make sure.
Yeah, you still have to have your human interaction.
That's
definitely.
the point. And see, a lot of kids don't have the basic human interaction
They don't have balance.
outside of school, and for the ones that's in extracurricular activities such as sports or clubs and stuff like that, they have an advantage over the average child because they are constantly engaging and interacting face to face. And they have the ability to be on the internet.
And shout out to all the graduates. I know graduations are coming up.
Yes.
Definitely shout out to all the graduates. Shout out to all the kids
college.
that are moving on to another grade. Shout out. It's a big deal. I'm talking to the kids at my job like, how many days left before you got out of school? I don't know. I don't know. Like, bro, when I was about to graduate,
that's weird.
These kids are different.
Man,
I'm telling
middle
you.
school kids on high school tracks now, like as far as scheduling. High school kids on college like Yemi has 2 days of school left because of testing. He didn't got to go the other days. Like they don't even want him there.
Don't have to.
Do you remember when we had testing? When we used to have testing, did they ever tell y'all don't come to school?
We didn't have to. I
remember they would
come to school.
They
make you.
They make you
shit.
come to school. No, this
Not
is how
me.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh your memory for you young heads, or some of you old niggas. I'm gonna refresh your memory too. Block session. You go to school the whole day still, or maybe half day, but this time and this time you're doing whatever subject, but it's for this, during this time. But you're going to school. Then you got another segment or subjects, this and this subject. Then you get lunch. Then they might send your ass home. But there was never a time where
you ain't have to come to
don't
school.
worry about coming to school.
Look,
just because your exams.
They didn't even care if you went to gym if you ain't have to take tests. Just look, you had to come to school.
Yeah, well, what I'm
you
saying
had to
is,
come to school.
Yeah, well, you came to school, but after you take your exam, you could have left.
But this is for middle school. I'm talking about middle schoolers. They're like, you don't have to come to school. You only got to come to school on your exam day.
Oh no, you had to go to school.
High school, yeah. I remember. I used to abuse the high.
Yeah, high school, yeah, but middle school, we had to be at school.
I abused high school.
It's different, man.
Shout out, like I say, to all the graduates and stuff like that. Keep on.
Cool. All right. So I had another topic I wanted to cover because I came across this clip from an interview Malcolm Jamal Warner had with Melissa Ford on her podcast.
Theo?
Yeah, and he was basically discussing his time as Theo and how he thought the Theo character was corny, and I got that clip.
Yeah.
And my wife and I she got on me not too long ago about there's a thing. She's like, you keep trying to distance yourself from Theo as if Theo was a bad thing. Right. So she's like really made me rethink how I've always, but my thing is I've always wanted it to be separate. And there's tends to be this narrative that I hate being called. Well, no, I don't like being called Theo. So it's not a narrative.
Because I heard that people would want you to sign autographs as Theo, and you're like, I'm Malcolm.
Yeah, and I'm going to be Malcolm much longer than I'm going to be Theo. Although for some people I'll be Theo forever, and they can't help that. But yeah, so now I try to be mindful of the misinterpretation that I don't like Theo. Like Theo was very good to me, and I think that show and that role is timeless, and I'm very proud of that role. And I've never thought about this. It's the first time to think about it. Part of the distancing for me is probably not wanting to see how much of Malcolm is in Theo, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because I remember doing the show and like I always felt like Theo was corny and I want Theo to be cooler. And
why'd you think Theo was corny? Because he had two parents and it was a loving household?
No, you know what it is? It's the problem. This is what happens when you put too much attention on the negative than the positive.
Okay.
And what I say that to mean everyone loved Theo.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But I was fucking with the people who were like, Theo's corny. Somebody called me America's favorite white black boy. And I was like 15.
I feel like that assignment goes to Carlton.
Yeah, this is pre-Carlton though.
Okay.
It was pre,
Yeah.
And I was like 15. And like dude said that and it hurt me, right?
That is hurtful.
But but that's why I asked, because with the corniness, because why? He came from a good family, a 2-parent household. Yeah. It's unfortunate that's seen as a negative and addressed as a negative, and you're made to seem like you're corny when it's just like, no, you're well adjusted. Yeah. And unfortunately, people see that. That's the trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's trauma.
Yeah.
That's cultural trauma. Right? But growing up and having all of these people love Theo and all of these girls love me because I'm on TV, I'm paying attention to the motherfuckers who are like, Theo's corny.
Right.
Yeah, so that was Malcolm Jamal Warner discussing his time as Theo and reflecting on it. And I was kind of shocked to hear that because I never once thought of Theo as corny.
I never thought he was corny.
Never.
Yeah, so
Theo to me was every young black kid going through life.
Middle class.
Just every young black middle class kid going through life.
Just had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. So I never looked at him as corny, but it seems like Malcolm Jamal Warner was hanging around hood niggas.
Yep.
This is just a symptom of growing up in the 90s where even the suburban black kids had to have a street edge to them. Yeah. You had to be the portray thug or, you know, that type of shit. But that was just part of gangster rap and the influence it had on so many black folks that were part of a lot of white boys too. I can tell you all the wiggers at my high school probably voted for Trump now. So that shows you what it means to them.
But we were dumb, like especially a lot of us growing up, looking down on our parents because they got us in got good jobs and taking care of us. I never
looked at it like
that. Well, you know, but
no, the niggas that didn't grow up like that looked at it that way,
and that's the corny.
And they only said that because they not
jealous.
They was jealous.
That was a corny
Trust
thing.
and believe it. They had an opportunity to live that way. They
would have traded it with you in a heartbeat.
But yeah, I never looked at Theo as corny.
Me neither.
Ever.
Yeah, so I always felt that was just a symptom. Same thing with Urkel, because Jaleel White reflected on being Urkel, and he had a lot of negative reflections on it because of the feedback he was getting, where maybe he wasn't portraying enough blackness. And like I said, it's just a symptom of the 90s. I lived through the 90s, and the 90s...
I was Urkel.
Yeah.
I was Urkel. No, I was Urkel. I was Urkel.
Every nigga with glasses was called Urkel at one point.
But
or another.
I was nerdy like that to an extent. Like I was Urkel.
Well, I was
like,
more Theo than anything.
I mean, I understood both walks of life, being but yeah, with glasses, I was Urkel.
Yeah. Which brings me to another, kind of tie-in. Is there a mainstream suburban black voice for kids now that they can look to? The closest thing I can think of is like streamers.
I think that's the closest thing.
Okay, because I was saying I noticed in after the 90s, it just didn't seem like there was a voice for middle class black folks. Everything had to be either rich niggas or hood niggas, and there was just no in between.
Yeah, because the 90s. All the TV networks, they didn't.
They promoted the black.
They used to promote that shit, but now they don't want. It's no money promoting black middle class. It's money promoting either you rich or you hood.
Mm-hmm. You're either on welfare or LeBron. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean that's how they portray us. But you're either Rick Ross or you twerking online,
you got a basketball, or football in here.
Yeah, So that's how they portray us. So it was good to see. Theo, who was just a regular black kid. He wasn't like super special, no sports abilities, not a super genius. In fact, he had dyslexia. I'm sure lots of black people can relate to that. I had a learning disability myself. It was called what? You? Oh, I didn't have a speech impediment.
I do remember that. I do remember that. You were young when that happened. Like you were a kid.
I had ADHD, or it was just But as I always said in high school, the reason I have this symptom is because the class is boring as fuck. I don't have ADHD in PE when we're moving around and doing shit. I pay attention there. I don't pay attention in algebra 2. So. Yeah, maybe there is something wrong with me. It's called boredom.
Because I'm not interested in this.
Yeah, I'm not interested. There's a reason I drew in algebra 2. Yeah, so
I did a lot of drawing in algebra class.
I did a lot of drawing in math. So I understand. But yeah, I was just kind of sad to hear that Theo perceived it that way. But he said after talking with his wife, he changed his perception of it. And I guess he started getting new friends and stopped hanging around hood niggas who called him the whitest black boy they knew. Yeah. And Carlton, too. I like how she brought up Carlton. Because Carlton, yeah, that was probably the corniest nigga on TV. But he's still, like, my favorite TV character of all time.
Carlton was corny.
He was super corny.
That was corny.
But he was loyal. That's why I fuck with Carlton. Because anytime his family was fucked up or somebody needed him, he came through. Even after they talked shit about him. My favorite episode is when he came to the hospital with the burner. And he was about to lay somebody down because they fucked with his cousin. And even though he would have probably cheddar bobbed his own shit, like, he was still ready to act out a character to protect his family. So that's one of the reasons why I fucked with Carlton for The Fresh Prince. But, yeah, he was corny. But I loved how the 90s presented different aspects of life for black youth. And like I said, they took away that middle class. And now you're extremely poor or extremely rich. And that's all we see. So... moving right along, do y'all have any other stuff y'all want to discuss?
They still haven't caught none of those inmates, I don't think.
I haven't heard.
Yeah. I don't think they've caught any of them.
So they caught 5 so far. Doesn't that mean 5 or 6
are still on the land?
Okay, well, I'm surprised because everybody thought they would have been all captured.
I thought they would have been caught by Monday.
Yeah.
Shit, this damn Saturday.
So it's been 7 days already, hasn't it?
Longer than that.
Yeah. Wow, I'm kind of amazed.
And is that amazed that they're that good or the police is that bad?
Probably a mix of both. I don't think all of them are as stupid as we want them to be. Right. I think 1 or 2 of them have some sense and kind of figure shit out. But, yeah, I also believe the cops ain't that great either. I definitely believe at this point they're probably not in Louisiana.
Right. It is.
You can't just stay a whole fucking 7 days in Louisiana.
Especially the whole state on alert.
Yeah, the whole state is on alert. They got to be at least in Texas right now. Texas, are they going the other way? What's the state to the right?
Oklahoma? Is it Alabama?
State to the right of Louisiana would be like Alabama.
Alabama?
It's Florida.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Is it? Dude, we got to get a map.
Florida,
No, this is pathetic.
Louisiana.
Okay, we are all in our 40s.
No, Louisiana, you got Georgia and Florida right next to it.
Yeah, but it should be locked to something else too, though. It's not locked to Mississippi.
That's on the western part of the state. Talking about east.
Oh,
the eastern part of that would be Georgia and parts of Florida.
No, I was just saying, like, you have a couple of states you could choose to run to besides.
And the north part would be like, I think Alabama.
Texas to the west, Arkansas to the north, and Mississippi to the east. And it also shares a border with the Gulf of Mexico. Okay. You got Arkansas to the north and Mississippi to the east.
Well,
none of them states.
I don't know if I should be like, y'all stay stronger. Police, y'all need to do y'all job. I don't know where I'm at with this right now.
I don't know. Where would you go if you was the inmate? Would you go to Texas, Arkansas, or Mississippi?
Texas.
Those are bad choices.
They're all bad. But if I had to take my pick, it'd be Texas.
For a fugitive black guy, those are the worst. Those are the worst picks of states to go to.
I'm just saying. But if I had to take my pick, it'd be Texas.
I would try Arkansas.
Oh, why? Why?
Because that's probably the last one they would look for. They would expect you to go to Texas.
Arkansas wants you to come in.
I think Texas is the first state they would look to outside of Louisiana.
Mississippi, Arkansas, they begging you to bring your ass there.
I'm just saying that's got to be the worst.
Them two states. Yeah, they're the two worst. They're the two worst states that you can run to. You know what I'm saying?
Alabama, Mississippi, Texas.
You better all go. You better all go to Texas. All you know is, as long as once you hit Texas and you go south and hit that border, get that Rio Grande, yeah, you straight.
That's the first place
y'all
they
turn y'all
for.
ass.
You go Arkansas, they ain't expecting you to go up north to Canada.
Nah, they ain't.
They ain't
expecting you to make it that far.
But this is a perfect time to go because it's summertime.
I don't think they expect their ass to get out of Louisiana, if you want to be real.
Yeah, I don't expect them to either. But if they go in 7 days, there's a chance they could.
And you know how
they had an 8-hour lead, mind you.
People been getting locked up for aiding and abetting, so these people.
Them niggas is in a trunk right now, driving over the state lines. They in the back seat of a car with a blanket on top of them, like some Mexicans entering illegally. They probably linked up with some people like that.
They might have some people.
Yeah.
Shit, them and the essays got together.
They
all going back to Mexico.
Yeah.
They running from ICE and they running for the damn the Louisiana law. Like they all going to Mexico.
So yeah, this is pretty amazing because I wasn't expecting this. This reminds me of that video 100 Miles and Running from NWA.
I remember
them
that.
niggas is out.
They out, but
hey.
I'm kind of curious to see what the latest updates are.
I saw they only have 5.
Yeah, they only got 5.
So
5th inmate captured 4 days ago. So yeah. Yeah, so them cops was talking all that shit. Yeah, we gonna get all them niggas in like a week or something, and they only got half of them. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. And did they that plumber who said that he was gonna get shanked, was that true?
Man, yeah,
that's
they locked
true.
him up.
He's still
They
locked
locked
up.
up a couple.
They got those 2 chicks.
Yeah, they locked up a couple of people over at Aiden in the back.
3 so far.
Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, in one way you don't want to root for the prisoners because these are killers. But in a way, as long as they stay the fuck away from North Carolina, I kind of am rooting for them.
Bring the boys. Just bring them in safe, because you know that somebody gonna want to get the shooting.
Of course.
So
I'm sorry, if these niggas is facing life, there's no reason to go back to jail.
Right, but they ain't got shit to lose.
Hell yeah, Hell yeah, boy. And you already got this charge of escaping prison on top of it.
They're going to give you another 20 years on that.
And when they get y'all back, y'all have made them look bad. Oh, my God.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
You better off dying.
They gonna fuck y'all up when they get y'all back.
Shit, you better off going in them swamps with them gators,
Done
goddammit.
embarrassed us? Oh, yeah, we got to do y'all.
Yeah, them swamps, boy. Hey, maybe that's where they at, in them swamps, man.
Oh, man. Then they gator bait.
No, that shit. If you know how to navigate them swamps, you don't know them niggas' background. They from Louisiana. You don't know what they know.
That's true.
They are from Louisiana, and you know niggas been hiding in the swamps since slavery. So
That's
we
true.
know the swamps.
That's true.
You damn sure know the swamps. Now I know that. So yeah, that's very possible. They could have linked up in the swamps and the wilderness and shit with some rednecks and
got the hell on.
I saw they had them niggas on camera running through the city. So that's the last I saw.
Hey, you got to get through the city to get to the swamp. Shit, the swamp is, I don't even know where it's at in New Orleans, but it's very near there, especially if the city's under sea level. They're probably surrounded by swamp. Pontchartrain and shrimp and shit. Crawdads. Okay. Yeah, you got another topic before we get into sports?
I do.
Go for it.
As we know, Memorial Weekend starts the opening of pools and the official start of cookout season. Mm-hmm. Is there a cookout Monday? Everybody talking, so I guess there's not. Okay, but
there's a cookout every day. It's right around the corner.
No, he
know what I'm
talking
about.
Us.
He know what I'm talking about.
Talking about us. There's a cookout Monday.
Funny.
I need to know now.
Favorite cookout food?
Damn. Wish you would have told us that in advance. We would have put a GoFundMe together. Buddha's grill is broke, and that grill has been serving us for what, 15 years?
No, that's the second one.
Oh. The first grill lasted 6 years, and the second one lasted 8. So, yeah, total, that's 14 years of grilling.
Is there any cookout, like anything y'all could give people for cookout? Like you always bring something to a cookout, whether it's cups, ice. You know, if you know you can't cook.
Oh, I can cook.
Yeah, we know you get down, and we know everybody in here can cook. But you know, if you go to the cookout, make sure you bring something, whether it's ice, cups, plates, bread. If you can't cook, you know those are good things to bring. If you can cook, bring your best dish.
Of course,
bring your best dish.
I like chicken, barbecued, and refried beans. Not refried, I mean baked beans.
Burger or hot dog?
Burger. Yeah. I don't even eat red meat like that, but every time there's burgers at a cookout, I will have one, and that'll be like my only red meat for the entire month. I don't even remember the last time I had a burger. Damn, I want a burger.
So yeah, I was just reminding people cookout season has started.
Yes.
And enjoy them. Like,
indeed.
And we take invites. If anybody wants to invite us to a cookout,
I never come empty-handed.
Cousin cookout next week.
There's a cookout next week.
Cousin cookout next week.
Cookout next week. Oh, so that sounds good. I might.
You should.
Nah.
It's amazing. And you're going to get twisted.
See, that's the issue. I don't even like getting twisted anymore unless I'm at the crib. I don't even want to get a room unless I'm at the crib.
With the roof, you at the crib.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's a room in my crib. It's still a room, nigga.
But yeah, next week's cousin cookout is going to be dope. Probably all the crab legs and stuff you can eat. It's all catfish.
Maybe it's me. I don't eat crabs anymore.
Chicken. Whatever
Shrimp
you could
and
think.
all that. Shrimp is probably the only bottom feeder I will still eat.
And they probably, if you stay, they cook breakfast too. Don't they? Yeah, like the cousin cookout's amazing. Cousin cookout's amazing. Look, when you walk outside and see these tables like this, about 8 of them going down, and it's food on. Well, you know the first one like plates and forks and stuff, but then the other tables, food, all of them. In the garage, and then they just got chairs laid out, and you just sit in there and you just talk to the family and hang out and just hear some fucking hilarious stories.
Interesting. Well, I will see. In order for me to go to this cookout, no, I was gonna say this week has to be good for me because if it's a bad week, I'll just stay in the house. And it's been a lot of bad weeks. That's why I like to be in the house.
You need to get out the house.
I don't want to be out the house.
You need to get out the house just to get out the house.
I don't want to be out the house. There's people outside the house. There's gonna be women I gotta cuss out and tell no.
Not at the cousin cookout.
Oh,
not at my cousin cookout.
I wasn't talking about the cousin's cookout. In fact, that's what I miss about dating right now is cussing a bitch out. I haven't done it in a couple months. All the women I talked to lately have been acting right. I'm a little salty about that. I thought I was slipping. I thought they were starting. I think they're starting to respect me now. That's different. Yeah. I know. I'm like, what is with all this respect? Stop it, bitch. Yeah. So, let's get into sports.
Yeah.
Can we start with the Knicks first?
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Because
that was a choke. Well,
I don't know if it was a choke job.
I wasn't choking. They were under.
Indiana was just.
You talking about the second game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the game last night.
Yeah,
it wasn't a choke job.
The first game was a choke job.
The game last night was just Indiana played them the whole.
Was balling.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam was balling.
Pascal was doing his thing.
He set the tone on that shit. And right now, instead of being 1-1, they down 0-2.
They in trouble.
And they going back
to Indiana.
Yeah.
Out game 3 tomorrow?
Yep.
They in trouble. New York got to get this. New York got to grab this game tomorrow. If they don't get the game tomorrow,
it's a wrap anyway because no team has ever came back from 0-2 at home to win the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm not going to write them off.
They're 0-14 as an organization.
I'm not going to write them off. You still got to play the game. But if they lose tomorrow night, it's a wrap.
Shit, I ain't even going to give them tomorrow night. I think it's a wrap now.
Yo, Brunson be balling. That boy be balling. Now that shot he took at the end of the game was horrible. Right.
But the missing link is Anunoby. He's a person he's been missing.
Yes.
Cat been giving him minutes. They've been getting points with Cat, even though I think he's the only player I've seen this year who gets some of the stupidest fouls. He gets some dumb ass fouls. And then he be like, nigga, how long you been in the league? Like, what we doing?
You get them JaVale McGee fouls?
Yeah, he be getting some of the dumbest fouls.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Fuck, nigga?
And then he be flailing too much. Like, nigga, you a 7-footer. You shouldn't be flailing.
7'2",
Yeah,
like,
nigga, you supposed to be going
solid.
up, mashing on niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Make them foul you to where you fall. You flailing because you scared of actual fall. Because a lot of them niggas is not even actual in the gym. You know what I'm saying? When they build muscle around your bones and shit. So when you do hit that damn floor, you know what I'm saying? You take it. This nigga flail all the time, crying for goddamn calls. Like, nigga.
That's the LeBron effect. Everybody do it in the league now. They all be flailing.
We're not going to say it's a LeBron effect because, again, like SGA, he doesn't be flailing. He got crazy footwork. I can see Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, when he was alive, God bless his soul, he had crazy footwork. Jordan, crazy footwork. So when you got crazy footwork and you are crafty, you can get those fouls. It's just the fact of the matter is they be over embellished. That's why they be yelling. Oh! They be yelling shit, try to make the ref to call this shit, make them call this shit like that. But I just feel like they don't win tomorrow, it's over with for them.
And if you ask me, I think the Knicks have the better team. The Pacers just are hungrier.
I ain't gonna say that because their big three, Siakam, Halliburton, and your boy at center,
Miles.
No, Turner.
That's three all-stars.
Those threes. They ain't no slouchy three.
That's all-stars.
And then on top of that, you coming with
New York big three.
Brunson.
Anunoby. No, you can go Anunoby and Cat, or you can go.
That's
only reason why you go with Anunoby because he got the bigger contract on the team.
But then, and then your boy,
you got Mikal Bridges up there. You feel what I'm saying? They can actually go 4.
And then Indiana shooters have been shooting.
I mean, cut you off, Josh Hart. So they. The problem is Indiana could go deep, go 10. New York only goes 6.
6 or 7.
And Indiana been shooting like them boys been shooting.
Motherfucking Naismith,
them
man.
boys been
he tapped
shooting.
He tapped in Reggie Miller.
Yeah, the spirit of Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
So the Knicks, they better bring their A game tomorrow night, or it's
tonight,
a wrap.
This ain't even a game right now.
Right,
like ain't no. Yeah.
It's the Wolves. They're gonna win this game. They're up by 42 points, 122-80.
Done made them mad.
Yeah. There's nothing that the
OKC
can do
to
to come
tonight.
back. To come back.
Well, I still think OKC gonna win the next game. They ain't gonna lose 2.
Yeah, but tonight it's a wrap.
It's done. It's
5
2-1.
minutes left.
I'm still rolling with Minnesota to win this series. It's still early.
And here we are. We talking about another team that goes 10 deep versus another team that goes about 6 or 7. They can run. Then OKC can run people at Ant and them. They got bodies to where he can't get it. Now tonight I haven't seen the game, but from the looks of it, role players play good at home. You feel what I'm saying? So, they getting hot. They shooting. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see OKC losing 2 games. They losing this, they're gonna lose this game. It's gonna be 2-1.
I see Minnesota tying it up next, and then
I don't see that.
The best
I don't
of
see OKC losing
3.
on 2 games in a row. You talking about the best team in the fucking league. The best team who has the best point differential when they beat teams. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that. They lost this game tonight, but I don't see them losing 2 in a row.
Your eyes be bad sometimes. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you didn't see the Lakers.
Just like Boston, right?
Get bounced.
Just like Boston,
I
right?
missed that one.
Oh, okay.
But just like Cleveland,
okay.
Cleveland, you ain't see Indiana making no games. Cleveland damn near got swept.
You right. Hey.
Donovan
Mitchell was hurt.
We both got to get our eyes checked. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all right on OKC. I'm all right on. I even said Minnesota. They can do it. I said it was going to be a small market team in the finals.
Yeah, that is true.
Because anybody out of the West is going to be a small market team.
Well,
yeah.
Now, Indiana can make it an all market team event by winning. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, there will be a new champion.
Yeah, 7 time in a row.
Yes, and I'm trying to think. Indiana's never won one.
Nope.
OKC's
never won.
Seattle.
But OKC, as in Oklahoma, no, they haven't won one. Last time they've been in OKC was when they had Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, and Serge Ibaka, and motherfucking what's the name of them on that squad? 2016. And they lost to LeBron James and the Heat.
Yeah. And then KD said, hey,
I'm leaving.
I like what you Golden State niggas got over here.
Right,
the way y'all whooped our ass.
Right. Team up with Golden State after that.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this has not been a very interesting finals or division finals for both sides. First game.
The first game with the Knicks, yes, it has.
Yeah, that was
actually good. The Knicks and Indiana series has been close.
Yeah.
The OKC and Timberwolves series hasn't been close because both games, OKC blowing them out. This game, Timberwolves blowing their ass out by 42.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, in addition to that, looks like in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark got defeated today by the Liberty.
Yep.
90 to 88.
Defended champs.
Yeah, which was expected, of course. Yeah, you ain't beating
It
them.
was a good game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost by 2.
Yeah, it was a good game.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, they only lost by 2. It was a good game.
How is Paige Buckets doing in the league?
And she actually she's doing all right so far. You know what I'm saying?
I saw a meme that said in her first 3 games she had more assists and less turnovers than Caitlin Clark's first 3 games. So I was just like, wouldn't the media be covering that?
They don't want to.
But she's a much prettier white girl.
I get you. But the difference
Is that the measuring stick? What Caitlin Clark did? That's wild. Like, because Caitlin Clark did like.
I mean,
Caitlin Clark, Caitlin
you know
Clark
why?
is not the measuring stick, and she just came in the league last year.
No, I'm just saying, if you're gonna bring all this hype, then hey, here's another white girl who's put up better numbers than Caitlin.
Black rival though. Where's her arch nemesis?
She don't have one. Maybe this is why we need to. This is a good time to run an analysis.
Paige doesn't have a rival.
No, she don't.
No,
She been injured majority of her career.
Yeah, so she couldn't develop a beef between her and a black girl. I know, but
let's keep it real. That's
really what it is.
That's what's intriguing about Caitlin Clark. Outside her game, most people that looks at her, they're not looking at her game.
Yeah,
they're using her as a proxy.
Because when you bring up this girl Paige Buckner, or is it Buckner or Bucker? Buckner. Okay, well when you bring her up, I mean she's putting up the same numbers as Caitlin Clark, or similar, or
better.
the same amount of points. All I know is she has less turnovers. She's prettier than Caitlin Clark.
Right.
I'm sorry, that plays a factor.
That's true.
And there's no media coverage or hype of her
because she
don't have a black rival.
That's it. And outside of that,
RG3 ain't talked about her, which is strangely odd.
Man, that's we gotta talk about that.
What is that? Ryan Clark apologized.
He didn't have to though, because he ain't said nothing that was out of the way.
He didn't say anything.
He ain't said nothing out of the way.
What happened was the people put the pressure on Ryan Clark's ass, showing pictures of his first baby mama who was white, and then he thought he was in the wrong and apologized. Ryan Clark should have stood on it.
He should have stood on business because what he said was well in bounds. And RG3, which I always remind us black media folks, don't be loud speakers for white supremacy. Do not use their talking points as in a way to attack your own black brethren or black women, because they be like, aha, you see that? See, that's the reason why we blah blah blah. They give him reasons. So in this case, he took the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark hard foul, and he put an opinion. He gave his opinion on it, saying that she didn't like Caitlin Clark. Like, how you don't know the woman. You feel what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you're talking about a black woman, whereas your white wife behind you is clapping and nodding her head at what you're doing. So now, here go Mr. Clark. He has a black woman, a black wife. You feel what I'm saying? So he must defend his wife because he has to speak up for that. You can't speak on what a black woman thinking about and feel like if all your life, majority of your life has been to marry to white women. Now, where RG3 felt like that he was out of pocket was when he said they don't have those discussions in the house, meaning about what black women had to experience. That is true. So that's not attacking your wife. And Clark even came behind and said, listen, I met your wife. She's a lovely person and everything. But when you're talking about black issues, black women issues, you are out of pocket, which Cam Newton had on his take about it, basically saying, hey, it was nothing saying, because what he said was our opinions is nothing but entertainment. That's what I like what he said about that. And what he's saying is it's nothing wrong with the messenger says. It's just who is the messenger.
Okay, now did you feel so you said Ryan Clark was not right to apologize.
No, he shouldn't apologize. It was nothing for him to apologize on because he spoke on point. RG3 went from giving a sports opinion to making it personal. You made it personal when you put race in it, and that's the biggest buzz when it comes to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It's because race. This is the reason why Paige Buckner doesn't get the noise like she does Caitlin Clark, because there's no race bait behind her name. This is where you said that she had the arch rival black woman, which is AKA race. What gets charged up in this country? Race. That's the buzz. They don't even talk about her game. They have to offset it, but that's not why motherfuckers looking at her. They looking at her because they able to attack black women.
I agree. And it looks like I was just reading the WNBA, and some of this stuff you just brought up kind of leads to the other question I have, because I'm just seeing this starting to trend online, this interaction between, I guess, Brittany Griner and Caitlin Clark from yesterday. Brittany Griner was walking away and hurls, I guess, some mouthing words about Caitlin Clark being trash, and then calling her a white girl. And even though this wasn't audio recorded, people caught it on camera and they read, I guess, her mouth or her lips. And I guess they're trying to make a big deal out of it.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I don't see it either, but
it's trash talk.
Yeah.
We've all said it.
Yeah.
If you've ever played any sport of any kind, I know I've been on the court plenty of times, been like, it's trash ass white boy. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing meant by it. It's just trash talking. And that's just like when you were talking about the incident when Caitlin Clark and the girl ran into each other the other night, bumping chests or whatever. It's basketball. These are basketball plays. These are simple basketball plays, and they're just critiquing this game too hard. They're just they're critiquing the game too hard.
They're not even critiquing the game at all. It's just race baiting. Yeah. So anytime somebody, if she fouls, Caitlin Clark fouls any other than white hard, that's going to be magnetized. If a black woman reacts towards her, that's going to be magnified. If there's of course, but they're using the race as the way to push the narrative, bring more eyes. So they bringing more racist motherfuckers to the viewership.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. So Paige, she needs to, like I said, she needs a black enemy right now.
Make her and Caitlin Clark enemies. There you go.
Ooh, kind of like when Eminem came out and went at Vanilla Ice and Third Base and all the other white rappers.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, you got to stick white people on each other.
Yeah, white on white crime. White on white crime.
Make Caitlyn be like Larry Bird, where she thinks the white girl guarding her is an insult. She wants a sister.
I'm pretty sure she thinks that too. I'm pretty sure she thinks that.
Oh, so you put a page on Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin
Clark
is going to be
thinks
insulted.
That too. Paige probably like, you got the white girl on me. You probably don't want to have her out here. I'm sure they both think like that.
Yeah, but we got to study Paige just in terms of media reaction, because this is a girl, like I said, who's putting up very good numbers and not getting any of the media attention.
Because there's no race. There's no race
behind it. There's
exactly.
No race baiting.
Race baiting.
And I say Paige has the advantage, like I said, especially in looks, because she's more marketable. You can shake your head, but that plays a major part in the WNBA.
What other commercial?
Yeah, because I'll buy a beer if an ugly nigga promotes it. I wouldn't do the same for a chick.
Yeah, what other commercial out State Farms that Caitlin Clark got? I'll wait.
Yeah.
I don't
Caitlin Clark don't get endorsements.
That's what I'm saying. She might be good. She's not.
You don't think this girl gets endorsements? You don't think this girl gets endorsements?
Paige?
No, Caitlin Clark.
She gets endorsements.
You saying she don't get endorsements?
I just said is what have you seen? what you see her on?
Like
outside, I'm saying national. Only thing national that you see her on, she's on a Gatorade commercial. She's on. She has the State Farm commercial. Mm-hmm. Those are the two ones I see on a regular basis.
That's it. You don't see her advertising for non-sports related products.
Caitlin Clark is endorsed by Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, Wilson. We're like, this girl is.
Okay, keep going. I want to see if what I just said is correct.
Xfinity, Panini, like she
stuff that we.
I was just saying non-athletic shit. Right, women buy.
But how many other women do you actually see from the league? Like, how many others?
Angel Reese,
Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah.
She's on
Brianna Stewart.
How many
what's that?
Endorsements do they have?
Oh, they got Ionescu's got endorsements.
Carfax.
Carfax, yeah. Then what's that? Asia Wilson, she got her own commercial.
So they've all got endorsements.
Yeah.
Okay, but Caitlin Clark, y'all trying
all her, but notice
that girl too hot not to be.
I'm not saying she
I did.
She just don't have lifestyle endorsements. All her endorsements are related to sports. There's no nothing's wrong with it, but I'm saying WNBA players, if they look good, they're gonna get clothing, modeling. They're gonna get non-sports related endorsements, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. She doesn't have the looks.
Yeah, she don't got the looks, so all her endorsements are sports related.
Well, they compare her to fucking what's the name? What's that 90s show?
What 90s show?
What's the white boy? 90s show? Stop playing, man. I saw it today on the internet. I just what's his name?
Thank God she can ball. Jesus Christ!
What?
I'm just saying. Thank God she can ball. Damn.
No, she can hoop. But like I'm saying, how many endorsements would she have versus?
When have we kept up with other chicks in the WNBA with their endorsements besides Asia? Who else?
No one. I'm just pointing out a fact. Is she going to get the same endorsements as Cameron Brink, for instance?
No. Because she doesn't have the look.
Did you see Caitlin Clark in the Kardashian?
Screech, I mean.
Did you see Caitlin Clark in the Kardashian draws?
Nope.
Was she in there?
Nope.
Was she modeling?
Nope. She's not a modeler.
It don't matter. Isn't she tall for a woman?
She's an athlete.
She's a baller. She's a baller. That's what she does.
Screech.
She balls.
Yeah,
she can't help that.
She look like
that's not her fault. She's a baller.
That's not. But I'm just saying, you ain't going to see her advertising anything non-sports related, or
right.
All
the other women, they got some type of attractive look about them.
Yeah.
So they can get endorsement outside of sports.
Yeah. Watch how they do Paige compared to Caitlin. That's all I was saying.
We'll see.
Cool.
But one thing before we move on.
Go ahead.
Since Caitlin Clark she is an economic shot to arm for the WNBA because this year her impact could eclipse $1 billion based off of, the viewership and everything like that.
So finally the WNBA can break even.
Don't do that, man. You can't be open. You can't be open for business 25 years and say break even, man. Don't do that. They just getting bigger revenue. They have an opportunity to get more money in the league than ever before. Is Caitlin Clark a part of that reason? Yes, she is. She is. She's opened up a lot of doors because, like you said, that the colorism behind her. Now it's not her fault because that's how we got to know who she was outside the game, because even when they was talking about her game, right, of her climbing up the scoring list to be the all-time leading scorer for women, motherfuckers didn't know who she was. Mm-hmm. They didn't even pay attention to her. They started paying attention to her when LSU and Iowa when her and Angel Reese had that skirmish. Ever since then, when she became a proxy for all this bullshit, now all eyes is on her. She only got on the scene because racism. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was not talking about Caitlin Clark. They wasn't. And she was doing her thing for about 3. Was we talking about her freshman year? No. Was we talking about her sophomore year? We weren't talking
about nobody in women's college basketball her freshman year.
No,
who are we talking about?
Well, I've been following them.
Who are we talking about?
They've been talking about Ionescu's because she was attached to Kobe. That's how I know about Ionescu's, because Kobe used to go her when she was in high school before she went to Oregon, she used to damn teach her the moves and stuff like that. Outside of that, Asia Wilson, we know about Asia Wilson for South Carolina.
I've known about certain women. I've known about certain women, but following the game, I really didn't start following the game until the Lady Gamecocks got rather well, and that's probably probably about 7 years now, 8 years.
Well, I was in it all the way since the inauguration when they had Cynthia Cooper, Tina Thompson, and all of them when Houston won the three-peat. When Lisa Leslie out in LA when she was the first one to dunk during the game. You feel what I'm saying? So I was watching the WNBA from the beginning.
Cool. Hey, one thing I did forget to cover when we were discussing the NBA is the all NBA teams were released.
Yes.
Okay, so the first all NBA team for this year was Giannis Antetokounmpo, SGA, Jokic, Donovan Mitchell, and Tatum.
Cha-ching. That's all you hear when you heard first team. Cha-ching.
Yeah, but second team was Brunson, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, and Evan Mobley. So at 40 years old.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, and then
LeBron was top 10 in score.
Yeah. And then for the third NBA team, it's Cade Cunningham, Halliburton, James Harden, Cat, and Jalen Williams.
Cade made it?
Yeah.
You know where I'm getting ready to go.
I have no problem with that neither.
Know where I'm getting ready to go.
I have no problem with that neither.
No, Cade deserves it.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
He got his team to the playoffs.
They went from worst sorry ass team last year to surprise team this year.
So now I'm going to be like, what excuses are we going to make for the Hornets next year? Let's just wait.
Hornets. What the Hornets got to do with it?
For Melo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What excuses are we going to make for Melo next year? Like, you don't think so?
Yeah, they're going to get rid of Melo.
I mean, I've been the one to say let's trade him and let's get some assets and stuff like that.
That's the track record though, man. Like that is the track record in Charlotte.
Drafted SGA.
We're gonna draft some great people. We're gonna trade those off. We're gonna draft some terrible people. We're gonna keep them and try and develop them.
They got 5 this year.
Yeah.
In the draft. I mean, and people think I don't. No. Yeah. Top 5. They're the 5th pick. And people think I like Melo. Melo's a baller. I just don't.
He's not a leader.
I don't think he comes to win like that. Like I don't think he's got that dog in him.
But how can you win when you got one of your players? He was a rookie, and my boy Miller? He was out.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a bunch of injuries, and on top of that, you got a sorry ass coach. You keep renewing, keep bringing back.
How many games Melo played this year? Please
keep bringing Clifford ass back. They keep.
God damn! I gotta be the host, the producer, the editor, the statistician.
You gotta be the statistician.
Yeah.
God damn.
You most of the time.
You the dog. You the man. You the man.
Hey man, take them hats and wear them proudly.
Even looking for
Rasta.
How much he was on the court this year?
How much Melo was?
How many games did Melo play this year?
Oh, probably half.
Got to stay healthy. Got to stay healthy.
Probably half.
That's been another problem with Melo. He hasn't been healthy. He has to stay healthy. And then maybe
everybody does this load management bullshit.
He missed the final 7 games after undergoing.
They weren't going to play him anyway.
They were good and out of the playoffs
once
by
you're
then.
Out the playoff pitch, it's like,
But he got to come in healthy and just come in with that killer with him next year.
Kill switch.
He got to come with that next year. I'm not saying Melo can't ball. Melo's a baller.
The blicky on everybody.
But he need to. No
John Moran intended.
This the year that he need to put the league on notice. If he's like that, and everybody keeps telling me, "Oh, Melo's like that. Melo's like that," he need to make the league be like, "Yeah, Melo's like that."
Gotta make the playoffs.
I watched who my boy from Duke that went to Orlando. He liked that.
Which one? They got
Pablo?
2 of them down there.
Pablo. He liked that.
Bencaro.
Like he's
Pablo
like
Bencaro.
That. You know, Cade's like that. I want LaMelo to be like that. That's all I'm asking.
Maybe if he's healthy, he could.
You gotta be a 2-way player if you're gonna be like that.
You out here with his brother. Whoa.
All right, cool.
That was my rant.
Y'all have any other topics?
I'm good.
Cool. Well, it was a great show. We got in about 2 hours, 16 minutes.
Yay.
Thank y'all for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, share.
Come on, let's
leave
get
comments.
it. Let's get that 10K, people. We need
We're
that 10K.
trying to get to 10K sooner than later, so y'all make sure to subscribe. Tell people you know about these crazy niggas in Raleigh.
Tell a friend.
Yes. And,
LLP.
Peace.